planning investments. Now, here's Christian Arcan.
Good evening, Red Sox fans, and welcome into the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Christian Arcan here with you on this Thursday night, the 10th of July, and with the All-Star break on the horizon and the wild card in reach, the Red Sox continued their strong play of late, continuing to handle their business against the historically bad Colorado Rockies. Lucas Giolito, the hottest pitcher in baseball over his last 5 starts, did not disappoint, and the Red Sox bats continued their hot hitting, particularly with the long ball. Carlos Narvaez got things started in the second inning.
Here's a high drive in a deep left center field, carrying way back at the monster, and way gone. Third row of the monster seats. Narvaez launches, and it is 1-0 Red Sox.
Didn't take long to wake this place up, did it really?
As you just heard from Will and Will there, that gave the Red Sox a 1-0 lead, did Narvaez's home run, but the lead would grow thanks in part to Masataka Yoshida making his 2025 debut after spending the entire season up until now on the IL. Yoshida singled in his first at-bat, then in the 4th inning came to the plate with Narvaez on second.
Pitch is a chopper on the right side, off the glove of the first baseman, into the outfield. Massa is 2 for 2, his first RBI of the season, and it's 2-0 Red Sox.
And Massa now 2 for 2 with an RBI, ties Connor Long on the year for RBIs.
What a shot that was, by the way. Yoshida's first RBI since September 24th of last year. That gave the Red Sox a 2-0 lead. Then in the 5th inning, Roman Anthony singled, setting up Wilyer Abreu with 2 outs.
3-1 the pitch is swing on and driven deep to right center field. It is back and it is gone! Into the Red Sox bullpen. Wilyer does get his A swing off. It's a 2-run bomb, and it's 4-0 Red Sox.
Was the Black Eyed Peas said, you got a feeling? You sure did. I mean, you have been nailing it here lately calling homers.
That's Mr. Will Anytime Home Run Fleming to you right there, and that's a team-leading 18th home run on the season for Wilyer, giving the Red Sox a 4-0 lead, and that's your play of last night's game. It's brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that will put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Not the Will Clark thrill, but the thrill of Nissan for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Giolito did not need all that help. He cruised through 6 innings, no runs on 4 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. As his hot streak continues, Giolito has now pitched at least 6 innings, allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in a career-high 6 straight starts. And in that span, he has a major league best 5 wins and also a major league best .70 ERA. Isaiah Campbell, fresh from Worcester, gave up a 2-run homer to Kyle Farmer in the 8th inning. That lost the shutout and made it 5-2, but the Red Sox continued to feast on the Colorado bullpen in the bottom of the 8th. Romy Gonzalez with a 2-run shot, and then Jaron Duran came up with 2 runners on base.
2 on, none out. The pitch to Duran is a drive deep to right field. It is back. It is gone. Another massive homer for Jaron Duran, and it is 10-2 Red Sox.
For Duran, that's 2 straight games with a home run, part of an 11-game hit streak. And for Romy, he loves playing the Rockies. He went 6 for 12 in the series, 2 triples, 2 homers, 4 ribbies during a festive summer week at Fenway. Tonight, the Red Sox will look to keep the party going as they welcome the slumping Tampa Bay Rays into town for the first of a 4-game set, their final series before the All-Star break. The Rays had a tough start to the year, sitting at 5 games under .500 with a record of 21-26. That was all the way back on May 20th. However, from that day forward, they didn't do much losing, going 25-10 over their next 35 games, rocketing past the Red Sox in the standings. Only recently have they cooled off. They've dropped 8 of their last 12. In fact, they haven't won a series since they swept the Royals on June 26. Since then, they've dropped series to the Orioles, A's, Twins, and Tigers. Tampa has spent most of the season comfortably ahead of the Red Sox in the standings, but now Boston's creeping up in that rearview mirror. Red Sox now partial owners of the 3rd wild card with the Mariners, but now the Rays only lead Boston by a game and a half for that 2nd wild card, as well as for 3rd place in the American League East. And that brings us to tonight's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the Red Sox, Walker Buehler getting the ball. He's 5-6 with a 6.25 ERA and 15 starts this year. He has fallen on hard times lately, allowing at least 3 runs in 7 straight starts. And in that span, he's got a rough record, 2-4, and an even rougher ERA of 9.29. He has been good against Tampa Bay this year, though. Won both starts against them. Went 7 innings, allowed 3 runs on 6 hits with a walk and 7 strikeouts on June 11th. That was a 4-3 win. And then back on April 15th, he tossed 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Got a no decision, but the Red Sox would go on to win 4-3 in 10 innings. Buehler's last start, not too bad either. He was in Washington, D.C. against the Nats. Went 5 innings, a lot of hits, 8 hits, but only 3 runs, 2 earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Red Sox come away with a 10-3 victory. Over on the Tampa Bay side, it will be Taj Bradley getting the start. He of the 5-6 record and 4.79 ERA in 18 starts. Red Sox and Rays have played 2 series this year, and Bradley did not get a turn in the rotation in either of those series. He is, however, undefeated at Fenway Park, 3-0, and have given up just 4 runs in 16 innings while striking out 19 batters. He's 24 years old, native of Los Angeles, did not have a good June, went 1-2 with a 5.72 ERA, has been pretty inconsistent this year, and you could make the argument with Pepio, Littell, Rasmussen, and Boz. They all have better numbers, and Bradley's been kind of the weak link in this rotation this year. First pitch tonight is at 7:10, and it's brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777. It's time now for the Herb Chambers starting lineups, brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off in left field is Jarren Duran. He of the 10-game hit streak. He has home runs in 2 straight games. He'll be followed by Roman Anthony, who's DHing and has 7 multi-hit games in his last 11. Abraham Toro will bat third and play first. Carlos Narvaez, who homered last night, is your cleanup hitter and catcher. Wilyer Abreu in right, part of a 6-game RBI streak for him. Trevor Story at shortstop batting 6th. Romy Gonzalez at second. How about an 8-game RBI streak for him? Marcelo Mayer is your number 8 hitter and third baseman. Romy's at second, by the way. And Ceddanne Rafaela will bat 9th and play center field. He's on a 5-game RBI streak and a 6-game extra base hit streak. So, in other words, the Red Sox streaking right now offensively, the good way. Walker Buehler is the starting pitcher. For the Rays, Yandy Diaz is your leadoff hitter in DH. He'll be followed by Jonathan Aranda at first. Junior Caminero at third. Your cleanup hitter is Josh Lowe, the right fielder. Ha-Sung Kim will bat 5th and play shortstop. He'll be followed by Chandler Simpson, the center fielder, batting 6th. Christopher Morel in left field will bat 7th, followed by Matt Tice, the catcher, and Taylor Walls is your second baseman and number 9 hitter behind the starter, Taj Bradley. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch, by the way. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. Make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized dealers at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, Will Fleming will sit down with Alex Cora. Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including on F-Series official truck of the Red Sox. But coming up next, we'll go live to Fenway Park and talk to the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming. That's coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Out here, it's not only the amazing views, but the way time stretches out a little longer. How laughter bellows louder among friends, and how the breeze hits just right at the summit. With All Trails, you can discover and experience the best of nature, with over 450,000 trails worldwide and navigation right at your fingertips. Find your outside with All Trails. Download the free app today and find your next outdoor adventure.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. It is the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Walker Buehler and Taj Bradley are your starting pitchers. And with that, let's head over to Fenway Park right now and talk to the voice of the Red Sox, Mr. Will Fleming. And Will, this has been a very, very fun and festive week here at Fenway Park, carrying over from that great series in D.C. The Red Sox did get hot going into the break last year. Does this year feel different to you?
Yeah, it kind of does because, if you remember last year, there were so many injuries and it was kind of bolt-on pieces. Right. This is like a young core that feels so much more sustainable, and they're doing it with injuries and the big pieces coming back. Yoshida yesterday, I think probably Bregman tomorrow. So it does feel different to me. I think the same big picture issues sort of prevail, where Giolito and Bayo have been awesome, and obviously Crochet's fabulous. I think if they could get one more super impactful, big-time starting pitcher, that would make it really, really exciting. But yes, this feels so different than it did a year ago.
It certainly does. One thing that feels kind of similar, though, is that, man, I wish they could just keep playing. Like, I'd hate to see them take a whole week off with the offense clicking like this. Like, it hasn't really all year. I remember feeling that way last year. They had that great run starting right around the middle of June, and I just remember them going to break and thinking, man, I wish they could just keep playing.
No, I agree with that. But, the truth is you got to balance a couple different things. Like, the hitters are red hot, but the pitchers need a break. They just do. And, whether it's Weissert or Wilson, Chapman even, I think the more time they can get off, the better. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, hitting is so streaky, as we've seen. And this group right now is just on a heater. The thing about it, Christian, is I would bet you, knowing this team, I mean, look, guys are going to do what they do. They're going to go to the islands. They're going to, just unplug from the game, and they totally deserve that right. But I would be willing to bet that, driven by Alex Bregman, who is this dude who's frothing at the mouth right now to get back and who has been so engaged with this team, I bet he'll set the tone on Sunday afternoon and say, all right, guys, go have a little fun, but this thing does not stop right here and right now. We'll be at Wrigley on Friday, and in between, I bet you there's going to be a text chain or a phone conversation. There'll be a group dinner on Thursday night in Chicago. There's something going on with this team right now, and especially the hitters, that I don't expect even a few days off to stop the tidal wave.
Another guy like Alex Bregman, who hasn't been on the field much lately, is Masataka Yoshida, who made his debut last night, and we talked about it a little last night, Will, but certainly doesn't seem like a guy who's been out for 3 months.
All he does is hit. I mean, seriously, and he always has. And I think it's in the same way that we viewed, Casas and some other young players, and even to some extent Trevor's Story, I think we need to step back a little bit and think about how, because Massa was signed to a relatively, medium to big money deal at that era of the Red Sox, people expected him to come into a group without a lot of big-time hitters because they lost Mookie and they lost Xander, and so he was expected to be some 35-homer, 300-hitter savior. That's not who he is. It's not who he'll ever be. And I think people sort of unfairly viewed him through that lens instead of saying, my goodness, when healthy, this guy is an incredibly productive and useful hitter. And so now he comes into a world where the whole world is, the team is rolling. They're scoring 10 runs every night, and he can just be himself. And that's not to say he's going to get 3 hits every night. He's not. He might get 5 some nights. But you understand my point, where if you just take a guy for who he is, and he can be more of, kind of a complementary piece and give them quality at-bats every night for a team that seems to major in those every single game, I think that's going to be the best case scenario for Massa.
That is the voice of Will Fleming. Will, we've talked a lot about adding at the deadline, maybe going and getting a starting pitcher. Right now, Garrett Crochet, Brian Bayo, and Lucas Giolito are looking like a pretty strong top trio of this rotation. How good are they?
To be determined, right? I mean, I think we need to see it a little bit more from especially Bayo. I mean, his stuff looks so elite right now, and he does appear to be coming into his own and maturing and looks like a guy who can absolutely solidify things behind Crochet. And Giolito, look, I mean, the one thing about Giolito is that he's got this track record of doing it in the past. You know, I mean, he really has performed at the highest level, and they made a couple adjustments, and he looks like his old self. So in that way, you can have a lot of confidence in that. I just think that after that, what are you looking at? I mean, we'll see Buehler tonight. Fitz has been pretty good at times. Same story for Dobbins, who we will likely see tomorrow. But the point is, that's why, even if those guys are great, I mean, the best teams have 4 guys who are really, really good. And also, injury is a part of this thing. So you can never have too many. And I just think, Christian, that 2 things are sort of running in a parallel track right now, and that is the arc and the narrative of this season, where you do have 3 starters who are pitching very well, and then the future, where you've got this glut of prospects and outfielders, and you're loaded up on all these levels. And if you can find a way right now in the next couple of weeks, or maybe in the offseason, to lock up a guy behind Crochet who is sort of like him. You know, there are not many like him roaming the face of the earth. Right. But if you can find another elite starter, then all of a sudden, I really think people go crazy when I say things like this. But if you get another elite starter behind Crochet with the way this offense looks, you open a championship window. That's the way I view the arc of this club right now. So I think they're going to try to exercise every possible avenue to get that done.
You say that as much as you want. I'm perfectly okay with that. I tend to agree. Garrett Crochet, I mean, listen, you have an ace, you have elements and all the tools here for exactly what you're describing. And for a while, Will, it looked like this year that the Tampa Bay Rays did too. From about the middle of May until about, 3 weeks ago, they looked like one of the best teams in baseball. What made them so good during that stretch, and why have they cooled off?
You know, it's interesting because they are, and have been for some time now, a club that does a lot of things that guarantee that your floor is high. And that is play defense and pitch. And they run the bases well. They do the little things well. They've got all these platoon advantages. I think Kevin Cash is one of the great managers in the game. So they're never, ever going to be the White Sox and the Pirates and the Marlins. They're never going to do that, even though there's not a lot of star power other than Junior Caminero. And Aranda's become a really good hitter for them. But the thing about that is they always continue to lack true superstar talent. Now, to be fair to them, they had Wander Franco, who they thought was the next great young star in the game, and I did too. I mean, watching him for a couple years, I thought he was an MVP caliber player, but the off-the-field stuff has taken him off the map. And that's where, Christian, it is so crystallized, the difference between an organization like the Rays and one like the Red Sox, where the Rays made this huge investment in Wander Franco with reason. I mean, it was actually a pretty team-friendly deal. They thought he was going to be the path to their future. Yeah. He is not available. That crushes them. Now, they're trying hard to get out of the contract. We'll see what happens there. The Red Sox can absorb mistakes like that, and I fully believe we're about to get back into a window where they take shots like that. They already have with Bregman and Crochet. They did it with Devers. I think they're going to do it with other players. That's where, to me, this is not that complicated. Every owner wants to have a GM who can do a lot of what Tampa Bay does. And why not, right? Maximize resources, find a way to build bullpens, create pitching labs that maximize guys. All of that stuff is good. But the teams that win spend huge dollars. They do. Look around the world. The Dodgers did not win world championships till they traded for Mookie, signed Freddie Freeman, got Yamamoto, got Ohtani. They just didn't. And so that's why it's, to answer your original question, it's just the variability when you don't have star players. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. You can play defense all you want and pitch all you want, but if you don't hit consistently with a lot of high-level hitters, it gets very hard to put on a huge run over and over.
Yeah, certainly does, and that is a great rotation they have over there in Tampa, no question about it. And, Will, before we let you go, I don't know how much of WEEI programming you got to listen to today, but you should know, if you didn't, you have a lot of guys. You have a whole roster of people willing to just latch on like a bulldog, like a Rottweiler, whenever you're in a beef. So if you ever start beefing with anybody else, Will Clark, Barry Bonds, Jeff Kent, anybody else out there in San Francisco, just where we got a lot of people here have your back. I don't know if you heard that today or not.
I will say that people sent me a lot of clips today. My phone was exploding all day. I never intended for this to be a beef. I did not think I was instigating anything. Just to reiterate,
you weren't, by the way.
I really don't want to go down this path any further. I don't. I want it to go away because the broadcasters are not the story. The team is, the games are, and that's always been my mantra. This is a thing that was said on his own podcast. I heard him say it after he said it to me. I thought once he said it to the world, he wouldn't have a problem with other people repeating what he said. That, to me, is the crux of this entire thing. I don't understand why it's become such a big issue. And I've reached out to him. I hope he and I can chat. I really do, because I want to end this thing and just sort of clear the air, I guess. I didn't love, obviously, what he said about me today. I thought that was way over the line. But I got clips from a lot of people from the shows on the air today. And, you know, I love being part of the EEI family. And I respect so much that people see the world the way that I do. And I will say, if I have to ever get into something, Ted's probably the guy I'll pick first to come to my defense. But I really did appreciate that people had my back in this. And I think you'll hear in the pregame interview a little bit that Alex Cora does too. And that means the world to me because, Christian, that's all I care about, really. And, you know, the thing about all this stuff that has been hard for me is obviously my brother's involved in this. He's the broadcaster out there. And I don't want any of this shrapnel to hit him. But I don't think I created any of that. And moreover, so I care about my brother first, and then I care about the thing here secondarily, which is it's my job to give our fans the best possible show they can have. And a huge part of that is to have the trust of our players, coaches, and managers that when they say things to me that I understand where they go and where they don't go. And I do. I've spent my career doing that. And I think in this case, I absolutely did that too. I mean, I'll go to my grave knowing that I did that. And it was really cool to hear from players on this current team and our manager and others that they understand exactly what happened, that they take my side in this. And again, I hope this thing goes away forever because I don't understand why it became such a big issue. I don't get that. It has, and I appreciate everybody who's reached out. And again, I want the games and the team to be the story.
Well, we appreciate you, Will, and you leave the rest of it to us, all right? This is what we get up in the morning for, so don't you worry about any of that. That's the voice of Will Fleming. He will have the call with Will Middlebrooks, Red Sox and the Rays. Fleming, thanks so much.
See you, Christian. Thanks, bud.
All right, very good. Will Fleming. You don't mess with it. You mess with him, you get all of us. That's what happens. It's like when you insult somebody on Death Row Records and the whole crew comes. You know, you can't just, it's like Suge Knight and everybody else comes out. Anyways, Alex Cora, talk to Will Fleming. We'll have that for you coming up next as Fleming sits down with Cora, presented by your New England Ford dealers. That's coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Hefty Slider Bags presents the Hefty Cha-Cha Slide. Hefty slide now, y'all. Get funky with it. Let's go. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Shake the bag one time. Shake the bag two times. Crisscross. So strong. Cha-cha hefty stroll.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Hefty Slider Bag. Seal it with a slide. One more time now, y'all. Come on.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This season, let your shoes do the talking. Designer Shoe Warehouse is packed with fresh styles that speak to your whole vibe without saying a word. From cool sneakers that look good with everything, to easy sandals you'll want to wear on repeat, DSW has you covered. Find a shoe for every heel from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and more. Head to your DSW store or visit dsw.com today.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
I'm Natalie Morales of 48 Hours. So much of our reporting focuses on the stories of victims who didn't survive. But what about those who lived to tell?
I survived a violent home invasion. There's no earthly reason why I'm alive.
From 48 Hours, this is It Could Have Been Me.
It makes you grateful for everything you have, you know.
You can follow and listen to It Could Have Been Me on Tuesdays in the 48 Hours podcast feed on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Ice, energy, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. It's the Red Sox and the Rays in the first of a 4-game set, the final set before the All-Star break. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers in the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including on F-Series, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Here with Alex Cora is the voice of the Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Sox are rolling. We're in the dugout with the manager. Alex Cora, along with an East Coast reporter, as the Red Sox look to make it 7 games in a row. Everything is going right for your club right now. Another great one from Giolito. The offense does it again. It has to be so fun to come to the ballpark every day.
Yeah. We're playing good baseball. And, we talk to the players. One of the things that we've been doing well the last 2 series is base running. I think we had 14 good base running plays between Washington and here in Fenway, and that's something that it can help. I mean, think about it yesterday. The way the game started yesterday, I never seen anything like that.
So many hard hit balls.
I mean, ground ball up the middle, he kicks it, the right fielder misses it, and he's at third base, and this place is going wild, and there's energy in the dugout, and that's something that we're going to continue to do. There's a defensive outfield that they don't have great arms, and we just saw it against the Tigers. We're going to put pressure on them, and hopefully it works.
How do you grade all those plays out? Does even not taking the extra base count as a positive base running play?
Yeah, but I think we will get through now. We know that, but when it's the right play, just do it. Like yesterday, Narvaez taking third. Yeah, he was safe, but that's not a good baseball play right there. We talk about it, right? And Romy getting double up the other day, that's not a good baseball play, but Roman scoring from first twice, one in Washington, one here. Jaron taking the extra base. There were so many good plays that, we're going to keep pushing them because that's the way you create momentum, You're not going to hit the ball out of the ballpark all the time. We know that it's hard to string 3 hits together in a row at this level, but if you do the right things, running the bases, you're going to put yourself in a position to score runs, and we've been doing that lately.
It has not been hard for your team lately to string 3 hits together. I want to talk about Giolito a little bit because the work that he put in, along with Andrew and Justin and the whole team, it was a really cool moment that you had with him in the dugout. And we said on our air last night, Alex, that it's one of your real strengths as a manager. You played this game. You know how hard it is. You are behind the scenes knowing the work that goes in to outings like he's had the last 6. What did you say to him, and how proud of you are you of the work he's done?
Well, I was thinking about taking him out, but, he doesn't pitch until the first one in Chicago. So it's going to be a long time without getting on the rubber. And I kept looking at him, and usually he doesn't look at me. He just goes straight to the batting cage. And that one, he kept looking like, what you got? He was like, I'm toast. Okay, cool. Which is awesome because now I really know it's not fake, the toughness. Like, oh, no, I want to keep going. No. When he feels good, he's going to tell me, I want to keep going. I'll make the decision, but now I understand who he is. He's going to be honest, and that was a great moment for us.
Everybody's talking about the roster crunch. You could look at it the other way, Alex, where you've got this incredible flexibility and for once depth and a surplus. You give Cedon a night off, and everybody else produces. How fun is it for you to make up the lineup card?
No, it's good. And I wish we can play 10, every single night. It's not going to happen, but where we at right now, and we talk a little bit about it, like everybody has to stay ready because we're going to make some match, especially in this series. They got 2 lefties in the bullpen. They're probably going to bring them in. They're probably going to be in the game already. We'll send Ref out there. They bring a righty, and tonight we have Massa coming in that spot. So it's fun. We're gonna keep guys fresh, which is very important. Obviously, we had the break, but then after that, it becomes very serious, right? We got to Chicago and Philly, and we got the Dodgers. We still got the Padres. So, roster-wise, we're in a good spot. Obviously, we're going to get better over the course of the weekend, and I'm looking forward for that.
How about Massa? I mean, he comes back and he just rolls out of bed and gets 3 hits. I just gauge all these things from the reaction of teammates, and you've got a happy dugout. People were going crazy when Massa was delivering.
He's one of the favorite people in that clubhouse. Is amazing, from the way he runs is perfect. It's not fast, but it's perfect. The way he works, right? Is precise. He's awesome with the guys, and we had a feeling it was going to be a good night. Right away he got to the fastball, then he hit one out in front, almost hit it out of the ballpark. It's a quality at bat, man. And man at third, less than 2 outs. He hits the ball hard, gets a base hit, and he'll play 3 out of the 4 games against the Rays. He'll start 3 out of the 4 games, and I'm very excited to have him in the lineup.
There's so many different guys who are hot right now, and you could make the case that right now Romy is your hottest hitter. Are you tempted to try to pull back a little bit on him? Because, he is such a hot hitter, but we know the injury history. We know the body. How do you manage those 2 things?
Yeah, he's been playing a lot. and that's something we have to take into consideration. I just felt today it was a good matchup for him with the fastball and catching up with it and playing second base. We'll see what we do tomorrow, but very proud of him, man. This kid, since he got here, he's gotten better. He understands his role, but at the same time, he wants more, which I understand, right? And, we'll give him enough, to keep him in the group, but at the same time, take care of his body.
2 days in a row, Duran has hit absolute bombs. In your mind, you watch every one of his at-bats. What is going on with him when he has that kind of pull-side power?
Yeah, he's on time and he's not drifting. And that's something he went through for more than 3 weeks, when with the leg kick, he goes up, but it's not, he was moving forward. And when you're moving forward, the ball is going to move. You're not going to see it. You're going to start chasing. And the last 2 days in batting practice, they've been talking about kind of like pause when you lift. Obviously, in the game, you're not going to pause, but it's kind of like a cue for him. And, man, he crushed both of them. He's playing at a high level. The play he made yesterday in center field, that was cool to see, right? Off the wall. Good throw to Trevor. We got the guy out. He's running bases with aggression. And, it's fun to see him smile. For a while there, he didn't look too happy, especially in the West Coast. But he's back. And, this guy, he's the perfect player for this environment, right? He hits for power, he's fast, he's a good defender, and I'm happy that he's leading off for us.
It was a great play by him to start it in Trevor, off balance to spin and get that throw home. You've talked so much about how he settles your defense. What have you seen from him at shortstop?
A lot of confidence. We made an adjustment defensively. We talked about it a month ago, right? And we've been a lot better making that play to his left, and he can always use his backhand. The throws are on point. He takes so much pride on defense. He hates making errors, hates it. And, he's been playing a lot, and I think his last off day was the one right before Milwaukee when he took off, right? And very happy for him, man. People were very hard on him throughout that slump, but he kept working and working and working. A lot of people involved, right, including the captain. Jason has been instrumental for him as far as, slowing down the game and how to come out of it, and we were very proud of him.
You keep saying Bregman this weekend. Could be tomorrow, could be Saturday. What goes into that decision?
Medical staff, strength and conditioning coaches, the player, the front office, the manager.
And when that happens, Alex, it seems pretty clear it's probably Marcelo or David Hamilton. It's a deep roster when you have to make that kind of hard choice, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll make the decision depending on the roster, what we feel or how much he's going to play, early on. I can tell you right now, he's not going to play 10 games in a row, We'll take care of him, and, we'll decide what we do whenever we have to do it.
Your starters have been great. Everybody's talking about the offense, but Walker, a step forward last time. What was better, and what can he do tonight?
Strike throwing and kept the ball in the ballpark, which is very important, but I think you don't walk people. That's a positive, right? And he's been good against them twice, right? He did it down there in Tampa, and the last one here against them. So we expect the same thing. Go out there, compete, give us a chance to win.
Last one. What makes these Rays? They've slumped a little bit since we last saw them. They got hot for a long time, but they're always dangerous. What is it about them? All the details, all the defense and everything. When you watch them, you prepare for this series. What stands out about Tampa?
They pitch and they play defense. And if you do that consistently, you're going to have a chance to win ball games. They got one of the best rookies in the big leagues, right? In Junior Caminero, but they got a bunch of guys that they know their roles, and I think they do an outstanding job maximizing their pitching staff. They've been doing it for a while, and we just got to be ready.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, East Coast.
That is Alex Cora with Mr. East Coast himself there, Will Fleming. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI and make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized dealers at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Still to come here on the Mass Mutual pregame show, we've got our look around the major leagues with the Subaru scoreboard. We got our lock of the game. We got the Herb Chambers starting lineups and our Chevy dealers question of the night. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up next. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Yo, happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on $7.27, you heard?
Thanks, Snoop.
Make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now.
Get one free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27, 2025.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale. Retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Some people play by the rules, but the real game changers break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we're talking to the risk takers, the rebels, and the ones rewriting the playbook. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan, and it's time now for the Subaru Scoreboard Update brought to you by Subaru of New England. Make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized dealer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. A couple of finals to tell you about already today. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Orioles and the Mets. Saw the O's take it 3-1. Gunnar Henderson, home run number 11. The Cubs all over the Twins. 8-1 your final there. A double dong night for Pete Crow Armstrong. Numbers 24 and 25 for him. What a season he's having. It's the bottom of the 6th inning in game 2 of that Orioles-Mets doubleheader. The O's leading this one as well. They're up 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom 6 in Cincinnati. The Reds up 6-0 over the Marlins. Still to come tonight, the Yankees hosting the Seattle Mariners, who they've beaten 2 straight, much to the delight of the Red Sox. Going to be a tough one tonight, though. Brian Wu on the mound for Seattle. Marcus Stroman, who is having a tough year on the mound for the Yankees. Cleveland and Chicago, the White Sox, that is, get started at 7:40. A 7:45 start time in St. Louis for the Nats and the Cardinals. 9:05 start time in California, A's and the Braves. A 9:38 start time at Angel Stadium for the Halos and the Rangers, and 9:40 will be the first pitch in San Diego between the Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now here's the lock of the game presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. Once again, it's another over-under of 9 runs. And folks, this may come as a shock, but I'm taking the over again. First of all, Red Sox offense is on fire at Fenway right now. Second of all, Taj Bradley's not all that good. And third of all, neither's Walker Buehler, but maybe he'll have a good game. And even if he doesn't, I think the Red Sox can shoulder most of that load anyway, as they've been doing this entire time. They just keep scoring double-digit runs night in and night out. So I can expect that to continue, and that is my lock of the night tonight. And finally, every game we have the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that. during the broadcast today. Here is your question. You can find it online at Sox Booth on Twitter. It is, if the Red Sox do decide to buy at the trade deadline, and they better, what is their biggest area of need? The options are another bat in the lineup, a bullpen arm, or a starting pitcher. I voted for starting pitcher, as did about 70% of the people who have voted already. Again, if you want to vote in the poll, you can go on Twitter and do it at Sox Booth with the WEEI Red Sox Network. Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks will discuss it tonight on the program. You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Hang tight. Don't move a muscle. Red Sox and the Rays in action next, right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
College football summer is no time to slouch because we are taking you to school on the Cover 3 podcast, part of the CBS Sports Podcast Network. It's time for our annual summer school series as we take time to break down some of your favorite teams with experts and insiders who know these depth charts from top to bottom. But summer school is just extra credit as we go through positional drafts, player rankings, and more. Follow and listen to the Cover 3 podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Ice, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks iced energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks iced energy. Find it in stores or online today.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow The Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Ramos pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
On a hazy and misty Thursday night at Fenway Park, we welcome you to another radio production of Boston Red Sox baseball, where tonight the Red Sox look to keep it rolling. They've won 6 in a row and 8 of their last 9, and today they welcome for the first of 4 their division rival, the Tampa Bay Rays. Tonight, Walker Buehler looks to build on a solid start in Washington. He'll be opposed by Taj Bradley, who at times this year has pitched well, but he has scuffled a little bit here lately. The Red Sox and the Rays, and it feels like we're in Seattle tonight. It's overcast, it's hazy, it's misty, but it still is a warm and humid night as the Red Sox look to keep their roll going. Along with Will Middlebrooks, I'm Will Fleming. Thanks so much for spending part of your Thursday night with us. The Red Sox in the month of July have been the hottest team in all of Major League Baseball. They come in tonight 49-45, a season high, 4 games above 500. Tampa Bay, they've lost 4 straight series and dropped 8 of 12. They are 50-43. So the Red Sox may be catching Tampa at just the right time. The Sox will hope to keep their roll going here tonight. Before we get you the lineups and so much more, time now for the National Anthem, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com, where you'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The 54th Massachusetts Volunteer Regiment, Company A, Honor Guard.
And now, here to perform the national anthem is a graduate of the Berklee College of Music class of 2020, who turned 4 chairs on NBC's The Voice. He is a foster care awareness activist who is currently opening for Earth, Wind, and Fire as an ambassador for the Music is Unity Foster Care Foundation. Please welcome Dreon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wonderful job on our Star-Spangled Banner, as tonight, on the 10th day of July, the Boston Red Sox welcome the Tampa Bay Rays. It's just been a roaring month of July for the Red Sox, the hottest offense in all of baseball. They just continue on an incredible roll. They now have the most hits in the American League, the most extra base hits, and the most doubles. And in their last 9 games, they've won in their last 11, 9-2, with 96 runs scored. Just been a remarkable run. Masataka Yoshida came back into the order last night as the DH. He banged out 3 hits. Masa tonight gets a little bit of a break as Cedar Rafaela returns to the order. Tomorrow, perhaps we'll see the return of Alex Bregman. The injury report, speaking of Bregman, is brought to you by the Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. It's good news all around. Tanner Houck is on the mend. Good report from him, recovering from his rehab start yesterday. And Bregman hit in the cage again today. And by all measures, he's checking all the boxes to make a return here tomorrow. And that could really warrant a very difficult decision for Alex Cora and Craig Breslow and all the brass here with the Red Sox. It's a real roster crunch between the middle infield and all the choices they have to make with Bregman returning. Before we get into the lineups and set the scene here, we're going to take a 90-second break and return to Fenway Park. Right after this, the Red Sox welcoming the Tampa Bay Rays for the first of 4. Huge slate heading into the All-Star break. Back in 90 to Fenway Park on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connecticare plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything, from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connecticare plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox look to make it 7 in a row, they welcome the Tampa Bay Rays for a crucial 4-game series. Heading into the All-Star break, the Red Sox come in fourth place in the American League East, 5.5 behind the Toronto Blue Jays. They are 1.5 behind these Tampa Bay Rays, which means, of course, if they win this series, they will leapfrog the Rays in both the divisional and the wild card standings. With their win and the Mariners' loss last night, the Red Sox now tied for the third wild card in the American League. You may say this time of year too early to start talking about that. I would respectfully disagree. With the trade deadline looming, all the rumors swirling about teams that are in and out, buyers and sellers, the Red Sox have very much positioned themselves to add to this already deep roster. So the Blue Jays, Yankees, Rays, and Red Sox 1 through 4 in the American League East as Walker Buehler leads the Red Sox out onto the diamond. Walker looking to build off a solid start last time out against the Washington Nationals. Speed Report brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. Walker has not thrown his fastball as hard this year, in the mid to low 90s, whereas in his absolute peak it was 96, 97. He's trying to kind of adapt to that new profile, keep the ball in the ballpark and command the fastball, especially important for him. Told you that Bregman is on the mend and may be active as soon as tomorrow. Injury report brought to you by Catchus Law Group. Walker into his warm-up routine with Carlos Narvaez behind the dish. Time now for the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, America's largest injury law firm. For the Rays, Yandy Diaz, really one of the underrated leadoff men, biggest biceps in the game. He'll be the DH. And lead things off for Kevin Cash. Then Jonathan Aranda, speaking of underrated, one of the really good hitters in all of baseball. It comes into the .327 average and 49 driven in. Then Junior Caminero, the rookie and the all-star. Ton of power in his right-handed bat. He bats third. Then Josh Lowe is in the cleanup spot in right field. Ha-Sung Kim is the shortstop. He bats fifth. Chandler Simpson has come back and been incredible for the Rays. Maybe the fastest guy in all of baseball. He's their center fielder. He bats sixth. Chris Morrell in left field batting seventh. And Matt Thaiss catches and bats eighth before one of the great infielders in the game, Taylor Walls, bats ninth. He's the second baseman. We'll get you the Red Sox starting lineup when we get there, but very quickly, Duran, Anthony Toro, Narvaez, Abreu, Story, Romy, Marcelo, and Cedon. Red Sox and the Rays, critical 4-game series. That's brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. World Series champ Kevin Cash in the visitors' dugout looking across at Alex Cora, whose team is red hot, looking to make it 7 wins in a row. Buehler into the wind. The first pitch of the ballgame to Diaz is a high fastball that misses outside. And we are underway. It's 7:12 p.m. It is overcast, a little muggy. 1-0, line foul down the right field line. I didn't hear the temp. What do you think? 72, 73?
Much lower.
Really?
66.
Gosh, missing that like crazy.
Almost has like a Portland, Maine look to it with all the fog hanging over.
It does. Here's the 1-1 to Yandy, and it's driven into the gap in right center field. On the run, Cedon reaches up to make the play. He is special out in center field. Loud contact, but one away. Welcome into the booth, Brooksy. This is a big series for the Red Sox.
Does it sound like I caught my breath from sprinting over from the pregame show?
You can be forgiven for that.
There was a little bit of a panic. You know, I run in, I get here, we're almost about to start the game, and you're nowhere to be found. And I'm thinking, oh, no, it's on me.
I had some business to attend to.
You know what? You're always here.
I've got that internal clock like you did as a hitter. Here's Jonathan Aranda, the Rays' best hitter. The pitch is a little bit outside. A fastball from Buehler. And that is ball one. Walker comes in 6-6 with a 6.25 ERA. He's just been constantly tweaking, trying to find it. Overhead wind, the 1-0 is pop foul on the third base side. That was a slider at 89. how to play 1-1.
Yeah, for Buehler, it's all about the fastball for me, and not necessarily the four-seamer. He can live up with that. The sinker's been his best pitch. They're batting just 154 against it. He has more strikeouts on the sinker than any other pitch.
1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a cut fastball in under the hands. He's actually pitched quite well against these Rays. 2 starts. One of them April 15th down there, got the win with 5 innings of 2-run ball. And then here at Fenway, June 11th, 7 innings with 3 runs allowed. 1-2. Buehler with the red sleeves on, throws, and he misses down and in with a slider. And it's 2-2.
I mean, his home and away splits are crazy. A 3.93 here in 7 games at Fenway, and 8 games on the road, and 8.66 ERA.
Is there any possible explanation for that?
No. Just that when he had his bad outings.
2-2 is ripped into right field. That's down for a hit. Abreu's got to race over to his right. He does and picks it up on a third hop. I mean, that's 2 loud hits there for the Rays. Pieces of contact anyway. So Aranda is aboard with 1 out. They've hit the skids a little bit, Tampa has. They were hot as can be to start the month of June. Surged ahead of the Red Sox and really challenged the Yankees atop the division before the Blue Jays got hot. They've dropped 8 of 12. Here now, Junior Caminero, their young star. The pitch to him is a little bit outside. He's an all-star now. He's going to be in the home run derby. He's got 22 homers.
How about the whirlwind of about 30 hours he had? Bregman not going to the All-Star game, so he's in.
1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. He was looking to go deep here, a sweeper, and it's 1-1.
So he finds out he's an All-Star because Bregman's not going to play. Well, then he finds out he's starting the All-Star game because Jose Ramirez is not going to play. And he's also going to the home run derby.
He'll be fun to watch in that event. The 1-1 is a chopper foul outside of third. And what's crazy about it is that Alex, who surrendered his spot, is going to be there watching him with his son Knox in the home run derby.
So awesome. That's the way to do it, right? Especially when you're dealing with what Bregman's dealing with right now. Is you still want to have that experience with your son.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out in the top of the first. Stocks and Rays. Pitch is a foul. That was a curveball, a sweeper really. Off the end of the bat, it stays 1-2. I mean, Caminero, the more you listen to him, he is a really thoughtful, well-spoken young man.
Yeah.
Seems to take it all very quietly, in the same way that I think Roman Anthony does.
I was going to say, he's just 22.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is popped up, back of home plate. It'll get into the seats just in front of us. Roman is the DH today. That means Abreu in right, Cedon in center, Duran in left, and Trevor Story are doing something with their hands to laugh at each other and communicate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is way up and in, and Caminero bends out of the way, drops the helmet off his head, and it is 2-2. The Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, Baldwin Group can protect it. He's got a massive gold chain on his neck, does Caminero. 2-2. Pitch is a line hopper to third. Marcelo's got it to second for 1. Relay to first, 2. Double play. Breaking ball after the high and tight fastball does the trick. An inning-ending double play. Scoreless after half an inning. Duran, Anthony, and Toro after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
When the lows of bipolar depression feel dark, Caplyta is a chance to let in the light. Caplyta lumateperone is available by prescription only and can be taken alone or with lithium or valproate. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Caplyta is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis or for people under 18. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal. Monitoring is recommended. These aren't all the serious side effects. Most common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth.
Ask your doctor about Caplyta. Visit caplyta.com or call 888-252-4824.
Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill, too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Jarren Duran leads it off against Taj Bradley. Red Sox and the Rays. Jarren's homered in 2 straight. He takes a high fastball for ball 1. Duran comes in 262, 8 homers, 50 driven in, but he was a total spark plug. And the sweep over the Colorado Rockies. He's even deeper in the box than usual, Jarren. The 1-0 is a strike fastball in the outside corner. It's 1-1. Taj Bradley started the season very hot, but has cooled considerably. 5-6 with a 4.79 ERA. Here's the 1-1 to Duran. He takes a ball a little bit outside, and it's 2-1.
I think it's interesting watching Jarren from up top. We have a really unique view of his setup and his move towards the pitcher when he's hitting.
2-1 pitch is a check swing. Good take. Fastball outside, 3-1. Alex Cora told us something I thought was really interesting. As he's launched these homers on the pole side, it's that Jarren stays back on his left side more, allows him to see the ball and drive it. 3-1 is fouled back. He did it there. That was a fastball that probably a ball, but spoiled back 3-2.
Yeah, and when he's not going well, he's rolling over, he's pulling off. Everything's working to the right side. And talking to Ben Rosenthal, the assistant hitting coach, he said he's trying to keep him on his backside. That's why you see that little pause in his leg lift, because it loads his backside.
3-2 is fouled off. It's almost a little Japanese, like a little Sadaharo O, where he brings the leg up and then drives it home. It really does center him up and down.
And now he's just got to straighten the leg out over the plate, right? If he wants the true...
Ichiro goes into the Hall of Fame in, 2 weeks' time? 3-2. Duran swings and misses. That was a really good fastball, 96 miles an hour. And there's one away. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, we have a Hall of Famer in the booth with us. Joe Castig joins. Hey, Joe.
Great to see you guys. I've been listening and sounding great, especially with the wins.
You've always said it. It's so much easier and more fun to do this job when the team wins, isn't it?
Yeah, and you told me, you know what makes good broadcasters? Good teams.
Exactly.
Here's Roman Anthony. Bradley into the wind. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner fastball.
But I love the rapport you guys have with Lenny DiNardo, too. Personalities come through, and it's been a lot of fun to listen.
Thank you, Joe, but not a day goes by we don't miss you. The 0-1 to Anthony is another strike on the outside corner. You've seen so many great young players come up, Joe, and I think this guy really does look about as good as any of them.
Just the way he carries himself, you can tell that he has been successful and continue to be even more so.
He's close to the plate, deep in the left-handed batter's box. 0-2 is a check swing. He held up. That one is a high and away fastball, 1-2.
But it's very exciting to see some of these young players on their side. Junior Caminero.
Ooh, special.
I was talking to Kevin Cash and Brady Williams, the third base coach, about him. They think he's going to put on a show at the Home Run Derby.
So do I. The 1-2 down and into Roman. Breaking ball.
He said, look for 500-foot home runs.
Ooh, okay.
They will juice the balls there. We know that, and they should.
They're like Pro V1s at those things.
Yeah, I remember McGuire here in 99.
Coke bottles.
Look out Kenmore Square.
2-2. Bradley throws. Roman swings and misses. Man. Splitter, and Anthony has gone 2 strikeouts and 2 down. By the way, we started at 66 degrees and 712. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. Better care, better pork. And here now, pleasant surprise in the first half, Abraham Toro. One of the things the Red Sox have done in this winning streak is not strike out as much. These Rays pitchers are a little bit of a different animal. Here's Toro from the left side. He takes a ball. On a fastball, 98, 1-0.
Yeah, Taj Bradley's one of those guys that you'll hear people say he's got a special fastball. It's got that extra gear, can get above barrels.
1-0. Here's a high pop-up. Left side of the infield drifting toward the outfield grass. Caminero and Kim are there, and Ha-Sung Kim, the Rays shortstop, makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bradley. No score very quickly through one. Sox and Rays in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing My Lowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store or Lowe's.com for details.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is Walker Bueller. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Walker Bueller in a scoreless game comes to the mound in the top of the second. By the way, the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer. Every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher this season, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Walker looks a little animated tonight on the mound, which is usually for him a very good thing. Red sleeves down just above his wrists. The pitch to Josh Lowe is a fastball up and away for ball one. Josh Lowe is a left-handed hitting right fielder. No Brandon Lau tonight for the Rays. The 1-0 strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
That's good for the Red Sox. He's been a killer.
It is.
He's got sore left side, oblique, whatever that may be.
1-1 is fouled. Third base side. Joe, you had heartbreak there in Tampa Bay in some postseason series. And the Den of Din, as you called it, they're no longer there. They're playing at Steinbrenner Field, the minor league facility of the Yankees. The 1-2 is crushed into center field, but Cedon starts in now, back and leaps up to make the play. That was not his best read, but he's so athletic. He recovered, and there's one away.
David, 4 Rockets.
Yeah, it sure is. That was almost like the one that Yandy Diaz hit. He came in on as well, and it just kept carrying out to that right center gap. But having a Cedon out there, he can make the adjustment.
Joe will never, ever say it out loud that Cedon is a better center fielder than Jackie Bradley, but when it's all said and done, I think that might be true. Here's Ha-Sung Kim.
He's close.
Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitter. A chopper on the infield to the left side. The shortstop, Story Gloves, throws to first in time. And they're two away. The Red Sox made an adjustment, Joe, about a month ago. They moved Trevor just a little bit more up the middle. They did all the deep diving and figured give him a little better chance to get to the balls to his left side. And ever since then, he's been fabulous.
A nice job with Trevor before the game, and it's so good to see him healthy because he's proving what his abilities are.
Healthy and smiling. Here's the fastest guy on earth in a baseball uniform, Chandler Simpson, who takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Back after being optioned to AAA, and he has really taken off here. He fouls one off on the first base side, and it is 0-2.
He's on a 13-game hit streak. He's hitting .404 over that stretch. And when you have speed like that, there's a lot. It's a different game. There's a lot more hits out there for you.
It is, and every single almost automatically becomes a double.
Yeah.
0-2. Light mist falling. The pitch. Simpson cues it foul. That's the kind of thing where if that thing is fair in front of the plate, that's a hit all the way.
Looks like he comes right out of the box heading toward first base.
Sure does.
Yeah.
It almost dares you to just throw him away, throw soft away, because his body's moving to the right side. It almost looks like he can't reach it.
How about he's already got the third most stolen bases by a rookie in franchise history? 0-2 is fouled on the third base side. Hello, Brady Williams. Skips out of the way. One of your favorite managers and sons of.
Yeah. Talking to Brady, he was 16 when his dad, Jimmy, got the job here. In 1997. He'd been a bat boy before that.
0-2 to Chandler Simpson. The pitch is a good take. Rocco Baldelli has the all-time rookie stolen base record in Tampa Bay history. And he's only 2 away is Chandler Simpson. And it feels more like Seattle. Light rain falling. 1-2 is popped up. Foul side of first over the Red Sox dugout. And now to play. Joe, you're still dialed into this team, watching every night, listening every night. Hasn't it been fun to see them get hot like this?
Well, we were waiting for it to happen, and they seem to be gelling right now. Of course, you have to beat the bad clubs, which they did handily, but this next stretch will be very critical. But I like the way they're playing, especially the way they're pitching.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, scoreless game in the top of the second. They play him to pull on the infield. The pitch is pulled foul outside of first. It's not quite the same as Mookie and Xander and all that young core, but you can feel this excitement of a young group kind of growing together.
I think it could be in the very near future. The likes of Meyer and, of course, Anthony.
1-2 is a soft ground ball. They got to hurry to second. Romy gloves and he bobbles. That's the power of speed. That guy was 5 feet from the bag when Romy tried to glove. They know it. That should be a hit, and he's aboard with 2 down.
It's just so interesting. And I was going to say, look, the infielders are playing about 2 steps in from their normal range. Normally they're back on the cut of the grass, but they're in a couple steps because of the speed, even on routine balls. That's the chopper, which Romy has to come all the way in through the dirt, all the way to the grass, and it would have had to been a perfect catch and release to get Chandler. Even then, it was going to be very close.
They called it an error, which I disagree with.
Wow.
Here now is Christopher Morel. He runs to Simpson, and a throw from Narvaez is not in time. Dropped by Gonzalez. He tried to deke him with a fake tag. Simpson up from second over to third. I mean, that's just electrifying speed.
Plus, he gets into high gear instantly.
He's tall, he's lean, and he flies.
It's like 3 steps in. He's at peak speed already.
I'm sorry, I just don't think that's an error on Gonzalez.
No,
you just got to have context on who the runner is. But now Buehler's really got to hunker down. It's 1-0 to Christopher Morel. So it's a steal and an error by Narvaez, and he too had to rush the throw. 1-0. The pitch is outside. That was a sweeper from Buehler, and it's 2-0. Red Sox see that all the time. This fear that Duran strikes into opponents. 2-0. Look out, Will. Right underneath you. Foul ball. It actually ended up just beneath the Rays TV booth. And it is 2-1. So
you
now
feel a lot more confident to have a former Major League star sitting next to you.
Yes, and yet Loomer keeps making all these plays. Every single foul ball goes in their booth, not ours.
Yeah, Joe, we can't throw around star that loosely, okay?
2-1 is a breaking ball outside. He was for a little while here in Boston, wasn't he,
when
Joe?
You came up right away.
Oh, yeah, then I got broken. Broken toys aren't as fun.
Every single time one of these rookies goes on a tear early, whether it's Roman or Marcelo, extra base hits, it's the first guy to do that since Will Middlebrooks. The 3-1 is outside ball for a slider. It didn't look like he wanted a lot to do with Morel. And to bring up the left-handed hitting Matt Theis. Joe, what do you remember about the man to your right when he joined this club?
Well, I remember that he had good power, and he just looked so confident in the batter's box. And, of course, was very good at third base, which had been, since Mike Lowell, sort of a revolving door.
Yeah, that was fun.
You took over.
I took pride in my defense. You know, you could have plenty of days where you didn't get hits, you strike out with runners in scoring position, but you can always feel like you can control a lot of things defensively and help your team.
Yeah, sometimes we're losing sight of that in this game today.
Totally, yeah.
It is not a coincidence the Red Sox have played so much better as they've played better defense. So here's a big spot for Buehler as Andrew Bailey finishes his conversation on the mound. Christopher Morel was the Rays' 7th batter, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. You've been hurt in a car work accident, you got to get Glassman. Marcelo in on the grass way off the line at third for this left-handed hitter, and the middle infielders Story and Romy backed up almost onto the outfield turf. Pitch is fouled off. Mighty rip by Theis, who's a .230 hitter with only 1 home run and 16 driven in.
I know Theis isn't, a big-time hitter or anything, but lefties have had a lot of success against Walker Buehler. .333 with 6 homers this year. Righties just .216.
Theis is 1 for 3 against him. The 0-1 is a strike. Good one. Good cutter on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Theis will take his time. Sure does not feel like July 10th tonight at Fenway Park. Theis adjusts his batting helmet. Blue jersey over gray pants. Ash-colored bat. He bounces it up and down. The runner goes from first. The pitch is high. Narvaez will not throw through. That makes a lot of sense because if anything goes towards second, Simpson's going to score.
Always respect the speed in that situation.
And what a weapon that is. I mean, that guarantees Morel is going to get to second because of the threat. The 1-2, swinging a little comebacker right in front of the mound. Narvaez picks it up with a bare hand. Lob throw over the runner to first. Beautifully done in time. That is excellent by Narvaez to save at least 1 run. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Red Sox and the Rays in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Yo, happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on 7/27, you heard?
Thanks, Snoop.
Make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now.
Get 1 free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27, 2025.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
I'm Natalie Morales of 48 Hours. So much of our reporting focuses on the stories of victims who didn't survive. But what about those who lived to tell?
I survived a violent home invasion. There's no earthly reason why I'm alive.
From 48 Hours, this is It Could Have Been Me.
It makes you grateful for everything you have,
You can follow and listen to It Could Have Been Me on Tuesdays in the 48 Hours podcast feed on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
No score, bottom 2, Red Sox and the Rays. Carlos Narvaez. Just been fabulous for the Sox this year. Got the scoring started in the second inning last night, doubled and scored. Here he is trying to spark something for Boston. Taj Bradley's looked really good. He's got an electric fastball, and he used it very well in the first. Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, and the Hall of Famer and our dear friend Joe Castiglione in his booth tonight. Set up into Narvaez. Bradley throws, and Carlos takes a strike right over the heart of the plate, and it's 0-1.
Carlos has been so impressive. So much fun to watch him defensively. The way he calls the game, frames, pitches, and throws, and hits now.
0-1. Pitch is outside. They call it a strike. That's a fake frame job there by Theis. Stole a strike, and it's 0-2.
You would think Isanya could see that back there. I mean, he moved his entire body over to pull that into the zone.
Not good. 0-2. Pitch is strike 3 called. Now that one was at the bottom of the zone. And very quickly, Narvaez is gone. Here comes Wilyer Abreu. Really remarkable how much he's coming into his own. Abreu, 18 homers, 52 driven in. No score, bottom 2. Pitch. Williers swings and fouls a fastball off on the third base side, 0-1.
Big news, Coca-Cola now. Buy 2, get 2 free at Shaw's and Star Market. That's right, buy 2, get 2 free on 12 packs of both Coca-Cola and Diet Coke 12-ounce cans. Lowest priced item is free. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
1 to Abreu is outside a ball.
Some things just go together, Joe. You and Shaw's.
The Pope and Mass and Joe and Shaw's. The first American Pope, he's a Chicago White Sox fan. 1-1 is fouled off on the first base side.
Found the video of him at the 05 World Series.
Yes.
I'm not sure even divine intervention can help the White Sox these days.
And what do the Rockies need?
Wow. They need a complete reboot.
Yeah, the White Sox need to see white smoke coming out of their front office.
No score, bottom 2. 0-2, rather 1-2 to Abreu. Here's the pitch. Wilyer takes a high fastball.
I did the commencement speech in May at Stonehill College, and I was going up to the stage, and 3 or 4, hey, what's on sale at Shaw's and Star Market this week?
And you knew. The 2-2. Wilyer takes a ball, really good fastball, and it's 3-2. Funny the things we get associated with, aren't they, Joe?
I'll take that one.
No kidding. It's a very good time for Wilyer to go deep. 3-2. Here's the pitch, and it is a ball. Really good take. He checked his swing, and a fastball down and away. And the Red Sox have their first base runner.
Yeah, that's a really good at-bat for a lot of different reasons.
So now here comes Trevor Story in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Cadillac of Linfield and Cadillac of Warwick. What are those reasons?
It's when you have a guy in Wilyer who has had issues catching up the good fastballs like Taj Bradley has, and you know he's going to throw it, you can get a little jumpy and cheat to it. He didn't do it in that at-bat.
Here's Trevor Story. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Good cut fastball down and away from him. And it is 0-1. Trevor on an incredible tear. In the month of July, he's hitting .382 with major slug. The 0-1 is fouled on the first base side. In the month of July, 8 games for Trevor. Slugging .735 with 3 homers and 11 driven in.
I mean, you can go back to the beginning of June 1st. He's got the most RBIs in all of baseball. So it's not exactly just a couple weeks span that he's been hot. This has been over a month and a half.
And, you know, Will, you missed some time, how much time he missed, and it takes a while to get back in the groove.
It sure does. Just having him healthy, and you had to know at some point with that athleticism, it was going to start to show.
0-2. The rain is mostly stopped. Abreu at first with 1 down. Pitch. Trevor pops it up. Into shallow right field. The second baseman, Walls, goes out. Low comes in, and Walls is there to make the play. And they're 2 down. The word that he keeps using with us as he resurges is it feels familiar. And you can just tell he carries himself with a quiet confidence that he's known so often in his life. Really fun to watch. And speaking of, here comes Romy Gonzalez. If you think Trevor's numbers in July are good, wait till you hear Romy. 2 down, 1 on. The pitch. Gonzalez swings and misses at a cut fastball. So Gonzalez comes in now, .338, 5 homers, 28 driven in. And lately, in his 9-game hitting streak, 17 for 37 with 2 triples, 5 doubles, and 3 homers. Come on. Video game. 0-1 is a ball. Down and in with a cut fastball.
Yeah, and Alex Cora said, hey, he's in there today because he hits the fastball. That's Taj Bradley's best pitch. He's got that good 4-seamer. Romy's been hitting that for both righties and lefties.
I'd love him to lean into one right here. 12 for 24 in July. 1-1. Pitch is driven high and deep into center field. Simpson back at the warning track, squares up where the track and grass meet. And Romy just missed that one to end the inning. After 2, no score. Sox and Rays in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
T-O-double-D, what's cracking?
I need your help, Snoop. I'm really sick, and I can't give out free chicken fingers on National Chicken Finger Day.
I got you. Yo, 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 happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies and homegirls. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on $7.27, you heard? And make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now. Happy National Chicken Finger Day to all, and to all a good bite.
Get one free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27th, 2025.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Taylor Walls to lead it off against Walker Buehler with Marcelo way in at third. The first pitch to this left-handed hitter is a fastball that misses high and away. For ball 1, Will and Joe Castiglione. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's driven high and relatively deep into left center field toward the monster. Back on its Cedon. On the warning track is there with about 5 feet to spare to make the play.
Well, that wind is blowing in. There have been a couple balls. Romy's might have gotten to the wall. That one might have probably gotten off the monster as well. That wind it's not howling, but it's definitely got a nice little breeze coming in towards us.
Well, they've made a very, I think, appropriate change. They give a hit to Simpson on that ground ball to Romy Gonzalez. That's the right thing to do. Here's Yandy Diaz, who's been a Red Sox killer. He skies this one softly into right field. Wilyer Abreu squares it up, and he drifts in to make the play. And they're 2 down. On the Subaru of New England scoreboard, this is the kind of thing that would make Joe's voice change tone. The Yankees trail the Mariners 1-0 in the second inning. I could always tell, Will, every time he'd either pound the fist or just pump his fist, and you could tell immediately that meant only one thing.
Of course, last night I was rooting for the Yankees because of the kid from Walpole.
Yep. Schlittler. Here's Jonathan Aranda, who misses outside.
It's a win-win for the Sox.
It is.
When either of those teams lose.
Chasing both in one way or another. In Joe's book, it is always a win when the Yankees lose. Yep. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter, and it's 1-1. As much as we love Aaron Boone, cannot cheer for the Yankees. Ever.
This is true. But last night was the exception.
No score. Top 3. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Your son Duke was there covering it. I didn't realize his father is like the chief of the Needham Fire Department.
Right. Chief of police in Needham, Mass, and he was a teammate of my son Duke's at Stonehill College.
I might need that phone number. I speed through Needham all the time.
John will note that.
1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled. Carlos couldn't quite hang on to it.
But it's a great story. Walpole, Mass. Joe Morgan knows him, Mr. Walpole.
Of course he does. We're wishing Joe all the best in health. He's had some difficulty lately. 1-2 is inside, said the Quaker. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joe, you'll be in Cooperstown for Tom Hamilton's induction. I'm so excited for Tom.
Yes, 35 years with Cleveland. Of course, I have Cleveland background, and very happy for him and for the city.
2-2, swing and a miss. He got him slider. And the inning is over. Are you staying or going, Joe?
Well, I got my grandson here, so I'm going to get back.
All right.
To him.
Have fun with Thomas. We always love having you. You have a chair here and a headset any time.
Well, thank you, guys. Enjoy the All-Star break. Hope you go in to it with a 10-game win streak.
That'd be great. Red Sox need to score first. No score after 2.5 on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history podcast created by me, Professor Greg Jackson. Listen to History That Doesn't Suck on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Cool off and cash in. The Pepsi Bottle Lotto Sweepstakes is turning every sip into a shot at prizes. Just scan specially marked 20-ounce Pepsi Cola bottles, enter the code under the cap, and you're in the game. Instant cash-in product prizes are up for grabs, with a winner every 60 seconds. And each week, someone's taking home 20 grand. Make this summer one to remember. Play now at BottleLotto.com. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 18+. Subject to official rules at BottleLotto.com. Ends 8/9/2025.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hi, this is Marcelo Meyer. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Well, the first pitch of the third is grounded on 2 hops to first, and it is handled over there by Jonathan Aranda off the bat of Marcelo Meyer, so he is gone on 1 pitch, and here comes Cedar Rafaela. Make it a Subaru summer with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. There's been a lot of that lately for Marcelo. He did get a couple hits last night, but a lot of ground balls on the pull side. Here's Cedar. He's not done that himself. He is brushed back with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And it is 1-0.
And I feel like Alex has kind of hinted at Marcelo's going to be the one to stay here.
Sure sounded like that pregame. The 1-0 is a hard ground ball up the middle into left center field. Marcelo watches Cedar round first, and he's aboard as it got a little bit bobbled out there in the outfield. He stays hot, and he's aboard for Duran. The main thing that he said that perked my ears up, Will, to your point, was that when Bregman comes back, which we think is happening tomorrow, he's not going to play every day. And so in that world, you need defense at third, which Marcelo gives you more than Hamilton does.
Right. You're going to trust his glove more than a Toro or even Romy over there. I like Romy at second base and obviously at first.
Here is Duran with Cedar at first. Pitch is low. Fastball, and it's 1-0. This is one thing the Red Sox offense has done so well. Starting with the second time through, they communicate, they make adjustments. They've started to pounce on starting pitchers.
Yeah, the communication in the dugout, at bat to at bat, it's been great so far from these young players.
1-0. Pitch. Duran takes a strike right on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Cedar this year has 11 steals. Theis is not the greatest thrower behind the plate. Bradley, though, does look quick to the plate. 1-1 to Jaron. Pitch is in the dirt. Cedar breaking with the pitch. Throw to second. Not in time. It's into the outfield. Rafaela, I think, wisely holds there because he didn't pick the ball up immediately. Head first slide. I couldn't tell whether he went on his own or a dirt read. He's in scoring position for Duran.
That is purely a dirt ball read, and you can kind of take advantage of it with the left-handed batter up there because the catcher doesn't initially see your first couple steps as you break towards second base, but you're reading that when you see the trajectory of that pitch heading into the dirt, you start making that first move to get a good jump.
Yeah, it's almost like he took the off for second even before it got the dirt. 2-1 to Duran. It's a wild pitch, obviously, to Bradley. Pitch is popped up foul on the third base side. It's 2-2.
You know, and back to how these guys are communicating about what they see after every bat. With these young players, that is so good for them because they come in and they might have struck out or got out in a big spot, but all of a sudden it takes the focus off of themselves and it's on the team, and they're able to turn the page a lot faster that way.
I can still help, even after an out. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Duran swings and misses. Cutter. He's not done much of that lately, Duran, but he is out number 2. Big one for Bradley, and that'll bring up Roman Anthony. The Rivalry Report is brought to you by River Spring Living. Mariners lead the Yanks 1-0 in the second. Looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom or dad? As you know, River Spring is the place for that. Schedule a tour today at riverspringliving.org. Easy for me to say. Here's Roman Anthony, the pitch to him. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Typical Sox and Rays. Early on, tense. Low scoring, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Roman swings and misses. Big fastball, 98 miles an hour. He's got a good one tonight, does Bradley?
He does, and he's pitching to the edges, right? He's not really missing middle. When he does, it's elevated, and all of a sudden that four seam is getting above bats. But I think the cutter's been his best pitch so far. He's thrown it a lot.
Roman Anthony has not seen a lot of 0-2 counts these last couple weeks. He's in one now with Cedon at second, scoreless in the third. Pitch is driven into right field, and it's sinking down for a hit. Cedon is coming to third. He will score. Roman delivers, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
That's the first mistake Bradley's made, an 0-2 curveball that just stayed up over the plate for Roman. He didn't crush it. He top spun it, got him on the hands just a touch, but good thing because it allowed it to drop in front of Lowe there in right field for that RBI.
Yeah, given how hard Anthony so often hits it, I thought on that trajectory that thing was going to get caught. It does not. And the Red Sox break the scoreless tie. Here now Toro popped out his first time. Pitch is fouled back to the screen. He looked ready to go there on a fastball. And it is 0-1. You just run out of things to say about Roman Anthony.
I mean, over this now 7-game hit streak, he's hitting just over 440. Is that good?
12 for 27. Why not? He's running. The 0-1 is high. The throw to second. Not in time. Foot first slide. Wide throw from Theis. And Roman Anthony has his second major league steal. Heads up play for the kid.
Well, you love it. And you made a good point. You said Taj Bradley is very quick to the plate. Well, on that one, he happened to lift his leg and not go to the slide step. And Roman got a good read on that.
Putting pressure on the base pass. You love to see it. 1-1. Pitch. Toro takes a high fastball up and away. And it is 2-1.
Well, this isn't the old style Boston Red Sox. This is the 2025 Sox that they have to play with speed. They have to put pressure on you. They have to take their singles. They can't hit homers. We've seen that lately as they've been hot. But that's the style of baseball.
2-1 to Toro. Here's the pitch. And it's outside fastball. The third inning brought to you by Citgo, a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the app and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. 3 balls and a strike. Anthony at second. A run in. The pitch is a ball. Fastball high and away. Nice job by Toro. So now 2 on with 2 out for Carlos Narvaez is Kyle Snyder, the former Red Sox pitcher. Now Tampa Bay pitching coach comes to the mound. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks, as the Red Sox have broken a scoreless tie, looking to pad it right here with Narvaez on an incredible tear. Batting with 2 on and 2 out. Narvaez sort of had an at-bat taken away from him his first time. Some weird strike calls from Dan Iasonia, but he is still 4 for his last 9, and in his last 12 games, an OPS above 850.
This is another young player on this team with, and I say young because this is his first year in the big leagues, that has just exceeded expectations.
2 on, 2 out. Bradley throws. Carlos fouls it off. Man, he was ready to go. It seems to me, as the cutter was spoiled, part of the conversation and adjustment, the Red Sox swinging early second time through. Narvaez taking his time. Get you the Chevy of New England dealers question of the day in a moment. Bradley at the letters. Sets the 0-1 pitch. Inside, it almost hit him. That's a high and tight fastball, 97. And it's 1-1. He does not look as sharp out of the stretch, Taj Bradley.
Well, Theis definitely wanted that fastball in, as Narvaez was all over that first pitch cutter. He just fouled back.
1-1 now. Here's the pitch. And it is swung on and missed. That was up and in, a fastball. And it is 1-2.
And with that fastball, this is where Taj Bradley can take advantage of the aggressive approach of these hitters, is by throwing that fastball up above the zone.
2 on, 2 out, 1-2 to Narvaez. The pitch is up and in. They went exactly back there. So here's the question of the day. If the Red Sox buy at the deadline, what's their biggest need? A bat, bullpen, or starter?
Radio play-by-play.
No doubt. 2-2. Bradley sets, he throws, and a foul right back to the screen. They're staying up and in with those heaters. And it is 2-2.
Well, Narvaez has really shown the ability to take the ball the other way. And the right side is wide open. But they are pounding him in with fastballs right now.
Yeah, and if you make a mistake though, he will launch. 2-2. Here it is. Carlos swings and misses. Good cutter. Down and away. And the inning is over. Red Sox do get a run on an Anthony hit, and after 3, they lead 1-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then, you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On we go into the 4th inning. The Red Sox do have a lead, 1-0. Get you the league leaders and who's circling the drain in a moment. Brought to you by Drains by James. Here's Junior Caminero. Could tie the game in a flash. He takes a sinker from Buehler outside for ball 1. Caminero, his first time grounded into an inning-ending double play. Here, he chops one foul outside of third. He does not get cheated at the plate.
No, and based off of the first at bat and so far in this second one, Buehler is staying all away from him. He does not want to put the monster in play with Caminero.
1-1. Pitch is fouled off. He's fun to watch swing the bat. That was a good cutter. I think Walker knows he got away with one there.
Yeah.
It's 1-2.
Yeah, that cutter just kind of stayed middle away. It was down, but much.
Spice is a dangerous thing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We might have to get an EMT in here. Morero's got to alter your orders.
No, that was just. No, that wasn't even it. I have no excuse.
Shipped down the wrong pipe. The 1-2 is a comebacker right in front of the mound. Bat almost hit it. Narvaez picks it up with a bare hand, throws to first in time. Carlos has been really good behind the ditch tonight. And there's one away.
He just hops out there so quickly, right? He's very athletic. He almost picks those balls up and throws them off balance at times like an infielder. So you're supposed to drink water and breathe air, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Walk and chew gum at the same time. Here's Josh Lowe, left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. Walker looks better now. That's a good curveball, and it's 0-1. It was a little loud early, but it seems to me he's settling in.
It was, but I think the main emphasis for him was being in the zone, and at least it was contact in the zone.
0-1 is a slider down and in. It's 1-1.
Because when he's had these outings where he's had all this trouble, it's mostly been caused by walks and being behind 2-0 and 3-1 to just about everyone.
1-1 is down. Curveball. 2 balls and a strike. Hitter's count for the left-handed hitting low. Buehler throws, and he misses just a little bit outside with a fastball.
That's a strike. That got every bit of the zone. Missed it. Sure is foggy out here tonight.
They're going to use the automatic ball strike system in the All-Star game. 3-1 is strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, that's odd.
You think so?
Yeah, it's odd. It's just mid-season. Guys aren't using it. You know, I get they want to showcase it.
That's the reason.
They want to showcase it. I get
people
that.
used to it.
Totally, but it's just a weird time to do it.
Well, it's another absolute indicator. It's coming next year.
Yeah,
period.
Totally. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it.
I'm more than fine. The 3-2. He is down and in. That was a real bad miss there on a curveball. That's a low. Walks with 1 out in the top of the 4th. It has to happen. I mean, I don't want full robot umpires, but we just see too many games changed by blown calls in huge spots.
Yeah, and if it's quick, which it was in spring training at the facilities that had it, I mean, it's 5 to 10 seconds. You have your answer, you move on.
Hunter Dobbins is charting pitches in the Red Sox dugout. I think we'll see him start tomorrow. 1 on, 1 out. Here now, Ha-Sung Kim, longtime Padre, right-handed hitter. Throw to first high, almost got away from Toro.
Well, Josh Lowe is getting a walking lead and almost like chopping his feet like he's doing a football drill, trying to get a good jump on Buehler.
I would not know a thing about a football drill.
It's a good thing.
Here's a strike on the inside corner.
You're not exactly built for it. No. Basketball, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What do you know about football anyway? Lowe is 6 of 7 on stolen base attempts this year. Friday night lights. He's not going. The pitch is up and in. Dropped by Narvaez. Carlos, and by all the metrics, has been the best framer, the best blocker. He's got the most caught stealings in baseball. But that, he just kind of boxed around a little bit, trying to pivot, almost like he was thinking about a back pick throw to first.
Yeah, he definitely was. That's exactly what he was doing. But that pitch ran up and in away from him.
1-1. Pitch low and outside cutter. 59 pitches thrown by Walker in this 4th inning. I do believe the Red Sox are going to be super aggressive with their bullpen tonight. There's no reason not to.
Everyone's relatively fresh.
They want these games. Bayo really set them up with the CG. Runner goes. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen. That's a break for the Red Sox. I mean, you understand why Kim is swinging there, although I think that was a ball in. Low easily had that bag stolen.
Yeah, Narvaez, you could see he reached up to grab that, and catchers generally will move towards the plate with their glove when they see the runner go. And as the swing started, you could see him almost pull his glove back out of the way because he didn't want to get a catcher's interference.
1-0 Red Sox in the fourth. 1 on, 1 out for the Rays. The pitch is way outside. Lately in this inning, Walker's breaking stuff, sweeper and cutter, they've just not been that competitive.
The misses have been much too big, right? You're not going to get any swings and miss. You're not even going to get weak contact on those when they're that far out.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. The pitch is driven high and deep into left field. It is back and it is gone into the second row of the monster seats. A homer bites Buehler, hanging slider, and it's 2-1 Tampa. That has been a big-time issue for Buehler. That's the 16th homer he's allowed.
Yeah, and you'll hear a lot of people tell you, look, solo home runs won't kill you, but the at-bat before that, the 3-2 breaking ball in the dirt, not challenging the hitter. Obviously, the walk puts him on base, and now you're looking at a deficit here, down 2-1.
The Red Sox are so unaccustomed lately to trailing in games. Find themselves behind here. And now the speedster Chandler Simpson. I mean, the replay, that is as center cut as a slider can be. Pitches a strike to Simpson, 0-1. Marcelo way in at third. He grounds one softly off the mound to Story at short. He gloves and throws to first in time. Nicely done. And they're 2 away. 110th pitch in the rearview mirror, brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right.
That's one thing Alex said. He said Buehler's got to throw strikes and keep the ball in the ballpark.
He did neither in this inning as Christopher Morel swings and fouls it back to the screen, 0-1. I mean, he has been better of late, Buehler, but with Dobbins returning, Fitz in the mix, I wouldn't say his spot in the rotation is totally secure heading to the break. 0-1 to strike. Rather a ball on the outside half, 1-1.
You're not exactly super uncomfortable being down 1 with the way this offense has been swinging the bat.
Not at all. The 1-1 is a shot into left field, but it hangs up. Duran trotting back onto the dirt. Warning track is there to make the play, and the inning is over. 2-run homer, though, for the Rays. 3.5 in the books. They lead the Red Sox 2-1 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Yo, happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on 7/27, you heard?
Thanks, Snoop.
Make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now.
Get 1 free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27th, 2025.
Lowe's knows that more projects mean more tools. For a limited time, new and existing MyLowe's Rewards credit card members can get 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more, in-store and online. Don't wait to get the things you need. Get special financing today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Now through August 27th, choose 12-month special financing on purchases of $299 or more. Offer subject to credit approval and cannot be combined. Minimum monthly payments required. See store or Lowe's.com for details.
Shopify Point of Sale is retail made right, so you can give in-store shoppers what they really want.
Like buy online, pick up in store?
Yep.
Can I display in-store stock online?
Definitely.
From every location?
From 1,000 locations.
Email capture, easy returns?
Of course.
Can it make me right all the time?
No. Shopify Point of Sale. Retail made right. Visit shopify.com/in-store to learn more.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, a wonderful hats off to heroes ceremony here down the right field line. Every time these days I see that, I think of Justin Turner.
Yes.
Who was so great at that. He just hit his 200th career home run. And I know it maybe didn't fit the roster here the way that everything was trending for the Red Sox. I loved Justin Turner. What a wonderful guy. What a wonderful player. As Wilyer Abreu digs in, and he takes a ball low, 1-0.
Yeah, just a pro's pro, right? Yeah. He just got it.
Seems like every team he goes to kind of wins, helps young players get comfortable. He and Courtney do so much in the community, help veterans, kids with cancer. He's a really neat human being. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Like, I'll never forget, we were in Tampa, actually, at the Trop, 1-1. Here's the pitch. And a hard ground ball on the right side, but backhanded by Walls. He's so slick there, he throws to first in time. And there's one away. And he and his wife, Courtney, were promoting something for their foundation. They were having some event here at Fenway Park. And I said to him, you know, tonight on the radio, I'd love to talk about that and see if people can donate, contribute, get involved. And so I sat next to him for a minute, and he said, sure, I'd love to tell you about that. And oh, by the way, here's Trevor's story. He takes the ball inside. By the way, it is the 16th birthday of a kid that I met through that foundation 10 years ago. And I remember 2-3 years ago, I had him and his whole family to Dave & Buster's, the 1-0 pitch. He has a high fastball. We gave him unlimited play at Dave & Buster's. Oh, cool. He had terrible cancer at the time. He's 16 today. He's healthy and totally in the clear. I mean, that's just the guy that Turner is and the impact that he constantly has.
Well, there's some guys that just get it, right? They use the platform in such a great way.
What happened to you? The 2-0 to Story is swung on and missed at a fastball, and it's 2-1.
Well, there's a reason they paired me with you. To offset the way I am.
Not at all. You were great with the Jimmy Fun and all those sorts of things here. 2-1 to Story. Pitch. Trevor pops it up. Into the twilight sky on the infield. Walls coming back behind the mound. Bradley vacates. And Walls makes the play. 2 down. That is the 4th inning bell. Brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist. Request your appointment today or learn more at hackmanwealth.com. 2 down, bases empty. Here's Romy. He takes a pitch down and in. 1-0.
Yeah, Romy just missed hitting one to the wall his first at bat. The wind knocked it down. He didn't exactly get it, but still, when he hits the ball, it just carries.
1-0. Outside, I got some grief for not voting Romy the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
Who'd you end up voting for? Because I wasn't with you.
Pete Fatsy.
Yep, same. I sure did.
But, you know, in retrospect, there are a number of reasons. I mean, I love Pete. I think he was worthy. 2-0. Romy takes a ball inside.
There were a lot of guys that were deserving.
And that's why I picked Pete in the end.
Same.
However, I mean, a couple triples, homers, plus, and the most important thing, for his first one, I did need to cast a deciding vote for my homie. 3-0 is a hard ground ball to short. It's handled there by Kim. Not this time for the homie, but he put it in play hard again. We go to the 5th inning, 2-1 Rays on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
A scorcher of a day is the perfect time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow the Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Walker Buehler returns to the mound for the fifth inning. 2-1 Tampa. Matt Theis is at the plate. Pitch to him, fouled off on the first base side. That fourth inning was brought to you by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today and help every child. Sorry, I'm a little distracted at the moment. Bit of a scene in the booth. Easiest way to donate your old car is Cars for Kids. Donate it today and be picked up tomorrow. 0-1. Buehler winds, he throws, and a high fastball misses away, and it's 1-1.
That was a weird way to tell everyone I was changing.
We need to, put a little shower curtain in the corner for you. 1-1 is a little bit inside. Look, it's a beautiful thing to share our booth with many people who come in and out. A lot of people who help us stay on the air and experience Red Sox baseball.
That's right.
It's just that sometimes I would rather hear the fans and the ambiance of the game than them. Here's a ground ball to first as Toro has it. He steps on the first base bag. Easy does it. And there's one away. But our doors are always open.
Good luck getting past security, but the door is unlocked.
Trish and everybody out there always do such a good job letting our friends and family in.
Trish and Paul.
So nice.
Trish is always reading a book. I'm like, how did you think of the game? Don't know.
She must go through 10,000 pages a year. Here's Taylor Walls. It's a foul on his feet. Oh, and 1. One down, top 5. 2-1 Rays lead the Sox with Marcelo in at third. Pitch is a line hopper to first. Nice job there by Toro. He will race to the bag yet again and make the play. And they're 2 down.
Is that Doug Lane's phone?
It is. It's 1955 again.
He's probably like most people, 60 and older. They don't have silent on their phone.
Well, he's deaf from all the time he spends under the water. Here's Yandy Diaz. 2-1 Rays lead. Buehler throws to Yandy Diaz, and a fastball misses outside. We're being asked to sign a baseball. You start. I don't have a pen. I have an Apple pen.
That one won't work.
You have an autograph. I just have sort of the same thing that I signed checks with. 1-0 to Yandy Diaz. The pitch is a fastball on the inside corner. Strike, and it's 1-1. Herb Chambers' batting order in this frame brought to you by Herb Chambers' Infinity of Westboro. 1-1. Line looper into right field. That's a base hit. Yandy Diaz leads the league in bicep size and so many other things. League leaders in who's circling the drain. Presented by Drains by James, Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining. At Drains by James, they give a poop about your pipes. See, this is so stupid and unfair.
How's that signature?
It's just so annoying. Yours is like this beautiful scripted signature with your number, 2013 World Series champs and Boston Strong. What the heck am I supposed to do? Here's a pop-up into shallow left field. Duran comes in, and he makes the play. The inning is over.
What you should do is just say your signature and Brooksy's partner.
That's it. I'll do it. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-1 Rays lead the Sox in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
And we're the hosts of the podcast Ear Biscuits. We're just two lifelong friends who've been talking about life for a long time.
From being dads to businessmen to all the random things we experience, nothing is off limits.
And now we're talking to you. We're answering your questions, giving advice that you may or may not want to take, and listening to your hilarious stories.
So leave us a voicemail to be part of the show at
1-888-EARPOD1 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yo, happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on $7.27, you heard?
Thanks, Snoop.
Make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now.
Get one free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27, 2025.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Marcelo Meyer leads it off in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch to him is a fastball for strike at the bottom of the zone. Taj Bradley has not been great lately. The stuff he's got tonight is wonderful. I mean, you see these takes on strikes. The ball is moving a ton. 0-1. Meyer misses low, a splitter, and it's 1-1. Sometimes you just got to read hitters and swings and movement. He's got it tonight, this Taj Bradley.
He's mixing speeds. I know we focus on his fastball, but the cutter and breaking ball's been pretty good too.
1-1. Here it is. And a ground ball up the middle right into the defense. The shortstop, Kim, has been busy. Leaping throw to first in time. And Meyer is gone. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. It is 2-0 Mariners in the fourth inning in the Bronx. Orioles and Mets played a ball game today. The O's split a double dip yesterday with New York. They won today 7-3. Make it a Subaru summer with all-wheel symmetrical drive. Get your authorized retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Cutter misses to Cedon. He singled and reached second base on a great dirt read and scored on the Roman Anthony base hit. 1-0. Cedon takes up and in a cutter. What do you think his mindset is here? Because he's so locked in. 440 over his last 7. But the Red Sox do need base runners.
I mean, I want him swinging the bat.
Hit it hard. 2-0. Pitch is swung on and hit hard. Foul outside of third.
Yeah, and you can, at some point, you're getting a fastball. I mean, he's 65% four-seam fastball right now. Yes, he is mixing in the cutter and the slider. I get it, but he is going to live and die with that fastball.
2-1. Bradley winds. He throws. Cedon takes a strike. That's a perfect pitch at the bottom of the zone. And it's 2-2. That's why I love that Romy swung 3-0. I mean, he hit a hard ground ball, but he's been so hot. Why not let it rip? 2-2. Pitch is driven high in the gap into left center field. Way back is Simpson on the run. He's there to make the play. He covers a ton of ground. And by the way, the ball is just not carrying tonight. A loud line out, and they're 2 away.
No, and that got in on Cedon just a hair, right? Just missed the sweet spot. It's that good fastball of Bradley just kind of rides into you. As you take that hack, you think it's middle in. As it gets to the contact point, it's just on the edge of the plate, and you miss the sweet spot.
Here now, Duran with 2 down. Code word of the game is sacrifice fly. The pitch to Jaron is down and in. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. That's what we've been talking about. You can see it even from here. There's late movement on Bradley's fastball, and it happened there to Cedon. 1-0. That's outside.
What was the code word?
Sacrifice fly.
That's 2 words.
Code
words.
Phrase. Love to get one in this inning. They got their work cut out in this spot. Duran tonight is twice struck out swinging. 2 down, bases empty in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Rays. The pitch is fouled back. He took a huge rip at a fastball there. 2-1.
What's the code word? Bob had a baby, it's a boy. You remember those commercials?
Whamma lamma ding dong. 2-1. Get your peanuts right here. 2 down, bases clear. 2-1 to Duran. High and outside. You'd love to get him on base with Roman on deck. However, again, same philosophy applies. All these hitters are hot, so let it rip right here. Bradley should challenge him in this spot. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Jaron swings and fouls it back. That was a ball. I mean, it was a fastball above the zone, but you're good with it. It's a fastball, and he's aggressive.
Yeah, he was geared up, and he was on time, but it was just high enough for him to only be able to foul that back. You got to think he might go to the cutter here, but Bradley's going to want to be careful and not making a mistake with that cutter because he can really get hurt.
Duran can be such a streaky hitter. He's in a good one right now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is to Duran. He takes a ball. Really good stuff from Duran. His speed is aboard. It was the cutter. Great call by you. And he's aboard for Roman.
Well, this is one of the guys. There's been a few of the guys, but this is one of them who's been white hot. You want to get on base for him. Let him go to work.
Well, what about running here, though?
I kind of want to see if Roman can put one in the seats, to be honest.
Jaron changing out his batting gloves to his runners. The pitch to Roman is swung on and fouled. He was thinking about it. That was a pitch to handle. 95, though, and it's 0-1.
I love the confidence of this kid. It just oozes confidence. 21 years old. You'd think he'd been here for a few years by now.
1-1 to Anthony. 2 down in the 5th. Duran leading at first. Bradley looks that way. Now back at Roman. Jaron's going. The pitch is swung on and a little cue shot in front of the plate. A fair ball to throw to first in time to get Anthony. Good jump there by Jaron and a rare sort of awkward swing for Anthony. 2-1 Tampa after 5 in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tucker Buehler is going to pitch in this 6th inning. Facing Junior Caminero for the 3rd time. Feels very dangerous, and he launches. First pitch is way high and way gone. That was a risk the Red Sox took, and Caminero paid it off, and it is 3-1 Tampa. And that is just not a second guess. You understand why the Red Sox did it, but Buehler had already given up 1 homer in the game, and you just felt like Caminero seeing him a 3rd time was dicey.
Yeah, that was a cutter trying to go away, and it just stayed middle in. You see why Caminero is going to be in that home run derby.
Wow, that thing was off the car rental sign. National.
number 23 for him.
Amazing. So the lead is doubled here now. Josh Lowe, and he takes a pitch outside for ball one. That'll get bullpen going. Looks like maybe Chris Murphy will start throwing. 1-0. Big swing and a foul on the third base side. 1-1. Caminero is some kind of hitter. Low swings and fouls it off. On the third base side, 1-2.
Tell you what, Taj Bradley just kind of taking the air out of this place the way he's throwing the baseball today.
Been really good. 1-2, especially how good this offense has been. You got to give him a ton of credit. Curveball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Pitch down and in. Sinker. And a full count. Lowe has walked and scored and lined out to center. He's definitely seeing it out of Buehler's hands tonight. Walker winds, and the payoff pitch is low. He walked him again. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. As Lowe takes first. Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry in to get great deals now, including F-Series, the official truck of the Red Sox. Leadoff man aboard. Here's Ha-Sung Kim. Stretching. Nobody yet throwing in the pen as Kim tried to bunt and fouled it off on the third base side. I believe Isaiah Campbell is also stretching out in the Red Sox bullpen. That'd be hard to figure. Top six, 3-1 Tampa. Double play depth for the Red Sox. Trevor, though, is way over in the hole for this right-handed hitter. The pitch is a strike. Good sinker. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, Kim is very pull heavy on the ground. That's why the infield is aligned like they are, with Romy playing about as close up the middle as he can without it being a legal shift.
It is Murphy throwing in the pen. 0-2. Popped right over our head. That was a catchable ball. It had been in our booth, but no, stays 0-2. We're going to get one soon. Feel it. So a homer and a walk here for Walker in the sixth. Pitch, swing and a miss. Really good sweeper there. Excellent from Buehler. That's only his second strikeout. And there's one away for Chandler Simpson. Now this becomes a real test for the Red Sox defense, because Simpson knows with a runner at first, almost anything he gets on the ground not only gets a runner in scoring position, but he'll be aboard too. Meyer is way in at third. Here's the pitch, and Simpson takes a strike. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-1.
It almost feels like unless it's a really hard hit ball, you're not turning the double play. So you almost want to give yourself more range just to make sure of one out.
14-game hitting streak for this kid. The 0-1 is a chopper over Buehler. He leaps and gloves, throws to first in time. Nicely done. If he doesn't make the play, the Rays are in business.
100%. That chopper right at him. If he does not jump and snare that, we're looking at 2 runners on and 1 out with the speed of Simpson.
All right, here now Christopher Morel. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Pitch way outside. Slider. And it is 1-0. We saw Chandler Simpson in spring training, and he took my breath away. I mean, it's not only the base running, the speed, but the defense is outrageous. 1-0. Pitch is a shot to short, caught by Story. That saved a run. Nice job by Trevor. And Buehler gives up the 1, but nothing more in the top of the 6th. 3-1 Tampa when we come back. Toro, Narvaez, and Abreu for the Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring. And if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. All right, everybody, it's here. The March to Spring Training and Opening Day is officially upon us. Hey, I'm Rob Bradford from Baseball Isn't Boring, and we'll have you covered every single day with instant reactions to late-breaking signings, determining which players are, yes, truly in the best shape of their lives, and behind-the-scenes stories from all the excitement and intrigue that spring training brings. Follow Baseball Isn't Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Abraham Toro to lead it off for the Red Sox as we go into the bottom of the sixth. Then 3-1 Tampa. Toro takes a strike. That was borderline at best. Fastball, but that's how good Bradley's been. It is 0-1. Abraham has popped to short and walked tonight. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter, that's his 80th pitch. And he's just been excellent, Bradley has. And really, in his career against the Red Sox, he's pitched well. 0-2. Toro chops one foul. That was an emergency swing and a fastball way up and away from him. This is Bradley's 19th start of this season, his first this year against the Red Sox, but overall against Boston, he's done a great job. 0-2. Toro waits. He grounds one softly to second. Walls has it. A lot of ground ball outs tonight for the Red Sox. Unlike the previous 6. And Toro gone for out number 1.
Yeah, and this is not your typical Tampa Bay bullpen, right? They're not quite as dominant as they have been the past few years. They're 8th in the AL as far as ERA goes, which is pretty much middle of the pack. You're used to seeing them in the top 2. So if you can get Bradley out of this game, getting that pin.
Here's Carlos Narvaez. He ducks out of the way a curveball. Yeah, I mean, a laboring inning here could go a long way. So could some runs. 1-0 the pitch. Narvaez chops it softly toward third, but foul. And out of play. Pete Fairbanks has reestablished himself as the Rays closer. Love to avoid seeing him a bunch in this series. It continues to be a light mist falling here at Fenway. And actually now kind of blowing in. Can't be that pleasant to be a hitter looking into that stuff. 1-1. Pitch. Carlos pops it up. Shallow center field. Out goes Walls from second base in Simpson. And it's blown back toward the infield, and the second baseman Walls makes the play. Not great conditions to stage a comeback here. It is nasty at Fenway, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of hard contact, but even when there is, balls are being caught in the outfield. A lot of ground balls, to your point.
And now Willier, who's walked and grounded to second. That was a smash to second. The pitch. Willier takes Strike. He's started to give that one, Dan Iasonia has. It can happen this point in games when pitchers have been dotting the strike zone. Haven't looked a little bit off. 0-1. Here it is. That one given again, and that one actually did look like it clipped the outside corner. 0-2. Bradley's been great.
Yeah, that's a backdoor cutter. Starts off, just comes back to the edge.
0-2 to Williard. Pitch is high in the air down the left field line, slicing toward the corner. Overcomes a new left fielder for the Rays. He reaches up and makes the play. And the inning is over. That is Jake Mangum to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Sox in the sixth. We'll see what the Red Sox do on the mound. I think it'll be Chris Murphy when we come back. The Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, we go to the seventh inning, and Walker Buehler is done. Chris Murphy will come on out of the bullpen. He's been good for the Sox since his return. Walker, all things considered, 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits. The big mistake, the 2-run homer to Ha-Sung Kim that sort of turned this game right around. And then Caminero launched 2. Here's Matt Thaiss, left-handed hitter. Pitch to him from Murphy. Misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, not bad from Buehler. Just those 2 mistakes, right? I think at any point you take 6 innings and 3 runs from him.
The literal definition of a quality start these days. The offense just been sort of held in check by Bradley. 1-0, swing and a foul. This guy, Matt Thaiss, does not get cheated. Came over from the White Sox. Murphy, long and winding road to the big leagues. Then an injury actually in Tampa Bay. Kind of a devastating moment for the Red Sox. 1-1. The pitch is a strike. Good fastball. 94. He's throwing harder, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he's been averaging about 94, 95 on that. He's got a slider and a curveball he'll mix in for his secondary pitches.
5 2/3 scoreless, and their new bullpen acquisition is up in the mound for Tampa. Comebacker to Murphy, gloves, and flips horseshoe style to first, and Thaiss is retired. Tampa Bay, anytime they acquire a pitcher, it terrifies me. And they made a deal today with the Baltimore Orioles for Brian Baker. He's got this devastating changeup, big swing and miss. And in his first day with his new club, he's up in the pen.
Well, if you trade for him, you need him. You're going to use him.
They traded the competitive balance pick coming up on Sunday's draft. Urgency there, too. Taylor Walls, right-handed hitter, takes a strike on the inside corner.
Rare you see in-division moves, especially early.
I think the Orioles are going to sell off a lot of pieces.
Feels that way.
0-1 pitch is a strike. Curveball. 0-2 copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Red Sox. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of EEI and the Red Sox. 1 down, top 7. 2-run Tampa lead. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it is low. A curveball, and it's 1-2. Red Sox playing this right-handed hitter to pull. Romy is almost right behind the second base bag. The 1-2. Swing and a foul back to the screen. I mean, Walls is the quintessential example. He's like the modern-day Devin Marrero, where if you can pick it at all positions on the infield, you're going to have a big league career. And this guy is an incredible glove man.
I mean, before Kim was here playing short, I mean, anything hit on the left side, he was picking it and getting you out.
1-2 is a line drive into right field. He hits here, and that's a base hit off of Murphy. Splitter that just kind of hung up, and Walls got just enough of it. They're into the 6th inning in the Bronx. 2-0 Seattle leading. Cardinals lead the Nats 2-0 in the 4th on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. And earlier today, the game that America was dying to watch, Cincinnati Reds beat the Miami Marlins 6-0. Here's Yandy Diaz. Colorado will be in Cincinnati starting tomorrow night. Diaz is always scary, and Murphy steps off and looks the runner back to the bag. I've always thought that Yandy Diaz would look beautiful in a Red Sox uniform.
Those biceps look good in any uniform.
That's true. Here's a pitch that is outside. I just think his swing is made for Fenway, on base, pull side power.
Yeah, line drive to the opposite field into the big gaps. He can hit.
He's got purple batting gloves on tonight. 1-0. Pitch. That's a broken back grounder to third. Marcelo rushes in, gloves, throws to second for one. That's all they'll get. Romy belatedly throws to first, but that was a really good aggressive slide by Walls to keep Romy from setting his feet and throwing to first.
That's about as aggressive as you can be in today's age with the rules they have at second base, and just goes right in at the ankles of Romy. Romy's got to jump out of the way before he could make a throw to first, and then it was just too late. Nice play by Marcelo coming in on the run on this wet grass and making a nice feed.
He's ridiculous defensively, Meyer is. I mean, not only gloving everything, but his internal clock, nothing seems to make him feel any pressure. Here he trots in for Aranda, who swings and fouls it up. What do you think happened there? I mean, he's way back in the hole.
He was back, and he happened to catch the eye of Flores, their infield coach, and he's waving him in before that.
Cello, get in.
Get in. If you're back, he will drop one down.
It's amazing for a guy who hits 327, 11 homers. He would do that. Not maybe now with one strike. The pitch here is perfect for Murphy, and it's 0-2. The purple batting gloves that Yandy Diaz has at first would thrill the daughter of our good friend Ben Fish, who's in the booth with us right now. Nula is one of Bailey Fleming's great friends, and she's often seen in purple princess dresses. 0-2. Is a little bit outside, a slider, and it's 1-2.
I'll never forget my youngest, Mackenzie, for years. It's better now. And then she was like 2 or 3 years old. She would call it Pupple. She loved Pupple.
So she talks like Dad. 1-2.
Exactly.
Murphy sets. The pitch is very close. A curveball that missed, and it's 2-2. Apparently the Fish family is headed to Ireland for their annual sojourn. I'm jealous about that.
Golf?
He'd like to play a little golf. Ben's a surfer, too. You know, at La Hinch, they've got this surf camp right off the second hole. It's awesome. The 2-2 is a two-hopper to second. Romy's got it. He throws to first. He might do some surfing on the break himself. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 3-1 Tampa, and the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then, you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brian Baker, for the first time in a Rays uniform, a familiar arm to the Boston Red Sox, is on. He'll see Story, and then Romy and Meyer in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Volvo Cars of Norwood. Remember, the Red Sox do have Hamilton and Massa off the bench if they so choose to deploy those weapons. Here's Trevor. He squares to bunt, takes it back. The slider misses low, and it is 1-0.
I love that from Trevor, actually. Knowing how many changeups and sliders that Baker likes to go to, that'll pull Caminero in a little bit at third and maybe give him a little less range.
1-0 is a ball. That's his best pitch, that changeup. He throws it more than just about anybody in baseball. Again, it terrifies me when the Rays acquire arms. Almost all of them get better when they get to Tampa. 2-0. Pitch. Trevor takes a ball. Fast changeup way up and in. It's 3-0.
It almost looked like Trevor stuck his elbow out there like, hey, I'm just trying to get on base.
He's been so hot here, Will. Don't you think he takes here?
In a two-run game, yes. If you can't tie the game up, yeah, you generally take.
3 balls, no strikes. It's 3-1 Tampa. Baker, tall and lean. He throws, and Trevor does take a fastball for a strike. 94. And it's 3-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got a full line to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. 3-1. Trevor takes a ball outside, a slider. And a great job by Story. This is Baker's 43rd appearance. That's crazy. 42 appearances in the first half. And he walks his first man in a Rays uniform.
You got to think it's been a whirlwind of a day, right? You get traded, you got to hurry up, catch a flight. Oh, by the way, you're pitching today in a different uniform, different coaches, different teammates. Everything's off.
It's sort of unconventional to use a guy in his first day. Here now, Romy Gonzalez. Pitch to him is a ball outside, slider, and it's 1-0.
Well, he'll be comfortable there at in Tampa. He went to school at North Florida there. He knows that area pretty well.
Into a contender away from Baltimore. Trevor's got a huge lead at first. 1-0 to Romy. The pitch is low, but called a strike. That is brutal from Dan Iasonia. That has not been a strike all night. It's inches below the zone, and Baker's been wobbly. Called a strike. 1-1. Story leads again. Here's the pitch, and Romy takes a ball. It should be 3-0, but instead it's 2-1.
It should be. I would love to see Trevor run right here.
Ooh, I like it.
Baker looks really slow to the plate, and to your point, he does like his changeup, which is even slower to the plate.
Romy's been so hot. Does he have another bolt in him? He does run. The 2-1 is outside. Throw to second is not in time. Head first slide. Bang, bang play. I'm sure the Rays will look. In the end, I think Trevor's sliding to the right of the bag got him in there ahead of the throw.
Kind of slung his body around to the side and then snuck that left hand. It was a really nice catch and throw. Ken did a good job of hanging in there without blocking the plate or blocking the bag. And Trevor just got it in there.
They will not look. He is safe. Great call by you. The pitch was a ball. 3-1 to Romy. They set up inside here. Baker looks to second. He throws. Romy takes ball 4. So Baker has come on and walked the first 2, and the Red Sox are in business here in the 7th.
I think the Orioles are watching this like, won the trade.
And here again comes Kyle Snyder. This is his slow walk to the mound. I mean, he does this so often. He took the card out to try to give a little bit of a book on Marcelo. I mean, on the one hand, you love getting the kid in there, letting him let it ride against a right-hander. You would be a little tempted, I would think, to think about Yoshida, or even if you're thinking small ball, Hamilton, to move the runners over here.
See,
however,
that's where I was going to go with that. But also, I mean, I don't know Marcelo well enough or how he was in the minor leagues as a bunter.
Me neither.
But we're about to find out.
Maybe he can do it. Now, the other thing is left-handed hitter. Yeah, you trust him in this spot.
Well, that changeup is tough on lefties. That's the thing. But you got to make him throw strikes first.
You got Cedon on deck and then Duran. A left-hander is warming in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Clevenger. 2 on, none out. 3-1 Tampa in the 7th. Marcelo in, not squaring. He takes a strike. Changeup, and it's 0-1. Talk about trusting the kid right here.
Well, if you want to develop him and you want him to be a part of this team, this is a situation where you do leave him in the game.
0-1. Here it is. Marcelo takes the ball way inside. I mean, Baker is all over the place right now. You'd think he'd face Cedon on deck almost no matter what, but he is wobbly. Got to cash it in. 1-1 to Meyer. They play him to pull on the infield. The pitch. Change up a ball. A high change. That's a really good take. He did check his swing, and it's 2-1. 7th inning sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. You'd like to injure Baker right here. 2-1 pitch. Marcelo swings and lines one into left field and shoots the gap. Coming home to score is Story. Romy to third. He'll be held there. How about the kid? It's a double for Marcelo, and the Red Sox are within a run. It's 3-2.
We talk about Alex Cora knowing his guys and wanting to build up these young players, and that was a spot you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to let him go do his thing. If he gets this done, this is something he puts in the back of his mind. There's a trust level there, not only with the coaching staff, but with yourself as a young player in the big leagues.
That is such a big swing for him and a great call by the manager. And now you got Cedon against a wobbly right-hander Baker. Infield comes halfway. Great speed at third, and Meyer at second. The pitch. Cedon takes a strike. Slider on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might go to Clevenger here, but even with the lefty-righty, righties hit 190 off of Clevenger. So
you got to get both these runs in here. 0-1. The pitch is a ball, and I don't mean on this at bat, but will second and third, nobody out, 1-run game. Cedon's got to find a way at least to get one in and one over.
Well, this is a tough spot to be in, knowing there's a base open and you're an aggressive hitter. You're thinking, okay, are they going to give me anything to hit, or are they going to try to pitch around me here?
Great call. 1-1. Duran on deck. The pitch is swung on and missed, and there it is. I mean, they feed into that aggression a little bit there, and it's 1-2.
And that's a good job by Cash, leaving him in and saying, all right, he doesn't necessarily have to throw strikes here. It's okay if we walk him, but this is a guy you can get chase.
However, he's been so lethal lately. 1-2, the pitch. He is swung on a chop foul on the third base side. That pitch surprises me. In fact, I think it's the wrong choice.
I don't know that he was trying to throw that over the plate.
Fastball, middle.
I don't think he has command right now. I think he's trying to throw that above the zone and yanked it down.
1-2. You think it'll be spin away here to Cedon. Second and third, a run in. Nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and lined into center field. Base hit. Romy scores. Meyer gets the wave home. Throw up the line. Not in time. Cedon. Say yes. 2-run hit, and it is 4-3 Red Sox.
Why on earth are you throwing him anything in the zone. You know what? Check that. That slider's off the plate. That's 4 inches off the plate. Cedon just sinks down there with it, stays through it to the middle of the field. When you're hot, you're hot. Good luck cooling them off.
And they're going to leave him in to face Duran? He's got nothing right now. Thank you very much. Cedon's got a big lead at first. 4-3 Sox. Cedon runs. Jaron bluffs a bunt. Throw to second. No chance. Head first slide. Red Sox are doing it all here in the 7th.
This is how they've played ball lately. Aggressive on the base pass. Big hits when they need them, especially with runners in scoring position. And there's always been that 1-inning outburst where they get 3 to 4 runs.
They got 3 here and looking for more. They are all smiles again in the dugout. Fenway's alive. 0-1. Pitch. Swung on and fouled on the third base side. Kevin Cash is one of the great managers in baseball. He maxes out this roster week in, month in, year out. I don't know about using Baker here. And now Alex is fired up about something. He's yelling at C.B. Buckner on the first base side. Do they want to look at something here? I have absolutely no idea what this would be about. None.
I don't think it's like a sticky substance thing, right? Like, what else would he be asking him to check or look at? Or
I don't know. Is it possible that they see something?
Maybe they think he's balking.
Yeah, and
so
just
he's like,
keep
hey,
an eye out.
Keep an eye. He's not coming set or something he's doing. I haven't noticed it, but I've been so focused more on the play.
0-2. You'd love Duran to, at the very least, pull a ball and get Cedon to third here. 4-3 Sox. 0-2 pitch is on the right side, blooped into shallow right field. Second baseman Walls is back. He's there to make the play. I think Jaron broke his bat there. He did. So at last, the first out in the inning. That was a really good changeup, and Duran could not handle it. Let's take a breath and take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Roman Anthony, Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, Fenway Park. Roman has looked good again. He was frustrated last time, a little swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Cedon at second. He's bluffing to go, and he's stopped as a pitch is called a strike to Roman. Change up, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, I know we talk about the conversations in the dugout and how locked in everybody is, but I just looked down, and Cedon happened to be looking over. The whole dugout's telling him, hey, 1 out. Like, they are so locked in right now. You just don't see this in the big leagues very often.
0-1 to Roman. Pitch is swung on a miss. Just situational baseball.
Well, I think, and it's all led by Alex Bregman, right? And they take so much pride in trying to get these young players taught how to do the little things right, because for so long over the last 3 years, the little things have turned into big things and have cost them so many baseball games.
Roman had an 0-2 hit earlier in the game. He'd love another one right here. 2 strikes to the kid. Here it is. Anthony grounds it hard on the right side. Walls to his left, gloves, and throws to first. Cedon over to third. He would have loved that from Duran. Instead, Cedon over to third with 2 down. That'll bring up Abraham Toro, and they're still going to ride with this kid, Brian Baker. The young guys have done it in this inning.
Clevenger's down. Now it's Engler.
Mason Englert, the right-hander. See if Toro can bring home Cedon. The pitch is way, way high, a fastball. He doesn't throw that off in 96, and it's 1-0. It started with great patience from Story and Romy. Back-to-back walks, and then a double by Meyer, and a 2-run hit from Cedon, who leads at third. 1-0. Way outside, called a strike. Come on. Been a bad zone from Dan Iasonia in this 7th inning.
Yeah, it has. He's been a little where you can flip a coin on him at times at the upper part of the strike zone.
1-1. Baker throws. Toro swings and misses. That's the good changeup. And it's 1-2. By the way, Garrett Whitlock is warming in the bullpen. I would imagine it's 1 for Whit and 1 for Chapman.
Yeah, you would have to think Toro's due right here. He's 0 for his last 9 with a walk.
I like you just putting that into the universe. You play him to pull 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed, a fastball, and the inning is over. However, the Red Sox put 3 up. Meyer and Cedon, the big hits. 8th inning coming up, 4-3 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox.
You chose to hit play on this track list today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called AutoQuote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this track at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
T-O-double-D, what's cracking?
I need your help, Snoop. I'm really sick, and I can't give out free chicken fingers on National Chicken Finger Day.
I got you. Yo, happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies and homegirls. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on $7.27, you heard? And make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now. Happy National Chicken Finger Day to all, and to all a good bite.
Get one free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchased July 27th, 2025.
Hi, this is Garrett Whitlock. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
On to the 8th inning we go. Garrett Whitlock, a very important half inning for him, and he'll see the meat of this Rays order. Caminero, Lowe, and Kim. Caminero made it a 2-run Rays lead with a massive home run his last time, and now it's up to Whitlock to pay it off that the Red Sox just put 3 up in the bottom of the 7th.
And I'm glad they've started just using Whitlock in 1-inning outings. I feel like he was having some issues getting through his 2nd inning as the pitch count would get up, and so far so good in this spot for him.
First pitch to Caminero, beautiful sinker, 0-1. You know, he personally lobbied to throw more fastballs. He's done that. The changeup has come back. This looks like the vintage Garrett Whitlock of a few years ago. 0-1. Pitch is a little bit outside a slider. It's 1-1. I think the mechanics and the differentiation will between fastball, slider, and changeup looks so much smoother of late. Part of that's just coming back from injury. The 1-1, a good sinker foul straight
Goodness
back.
Gracious.
I don't think he wanted to do that. It's 1-2.
He's got to get a tighter helmet, Caminero does. As he swings much harder, it's coming all the way off.
He's already lost it once tonight, 1-2. Whitlock out of the stretch. He throws, and a changeup swung on and missed. He got him. That is just filth from Whitlock, and there's one away.
Whitlock almost dropped down a little bit with his arm angle and got even more depth on that changeup that already you can. Willie, you see that? Look at that rotation. You see that thing just fall off the table. It looks like the fastball out of the hand, bottom of the zone, and then just dives about a foot below it. Caminero couldn't even sniff it.
I mean, that's as good as that pitch has been. And now Chapman is doing his towel routine in the Red Sox bullpen. The pitch to Josh Lowe is a strike on the outside corner. Every time I see Whitlock and the Rays on this mound, I think of the divisional series in 2021. Where he was as good as you can be. The 0-1 is a ground ball softly off the mound. Story gloves. He throws to first in time, and they're 2 away. I mean, he came in, a Rule 5 rookie, was such an awesome relief arm, and the game was on the line. I mean, the clinching game was on the line, and Whitlock came on and got Diaz, and at that time, Wander Franco, and all the big Rays hitter like it was absolutely nothing. And he's looking that way again. 2 down, top 8, 4-3 Red Sox. Here's Ha-Sung Kim, 2-run homer today. He's brushed back with a high fastball, sinker, and it is 1-0.
I actually love that, right? You don't see guys pitch up and in and bat guys off the plate. Kim kind of leans out over it. He likes to pull the ball. With the infield alignment right now, they're playing him heavily pull. I like getting him off the plate.
4-3 Sox, 2 down in the 8th. The 1-0, that's a beauty. That's about the first slider he's thrown, and it's dotted. It's 1-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Deserve a card that thrills. Nissan's got a full line to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. 1-1. Fastball just outside. It was a ball. 97, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I like the slider, sweeper, whatever he throws. He throws both, but they kind of just blend into the same thing at times, but hitters do not see it well.
2-1. Changeup. That is so good. Actually, a slider, they say, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's almost like a little bullet slider, a gyro, whatever you want to call it, just a little downer. He has that sweeper that's a little more horizontal side to side.
Too many terms to keep up with. It was a strike.
I'll write them down for you.
2-2. That was another one of those pitches, whatever you want to call it. It was a ball, and it's 3-2.
You can call it a slider. All right? Just read the board.
Just call it what they say it is, dummy. 3-2. 2 down in the top of the 8th. 4-3. Red Sox lead the Rays. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled just underneath us. And we'll do it again. 3-2. Red Sox, sorry, Will. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 3-6 and none for the Rays. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Let's make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno. 3-2. Pitch. Swinging a chopper, foul outside of third.
This team hasn't really had to fight and claw their way back here the last 10 days or so. The way they've been playing ball, they've been jumping out to these big leads and just demolishing people. Well, right now they're showing some fight, right? Dropping that 3 spot in the bottom of the 7th to take the lead. You just love to see that.
3-2. Pitch. Swinging a pop-up right to me, but onto the second deck.
Thought that was it.
Man,
I thought that was it.
They keep slicing away from me. The other part is I'm on this stick, Mike, which I love, but it's so hard to, I got to abandon the call to make a play. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Fastball. They can have all the fouls if Whitlock does that. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 4-3 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow the Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring and the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Well, this week and this month has made those words ring quite true as the Red Sox trying to add on here. They lead 4-3. Rays go to their bullpen again. Mason Englert is on for his 15th appearance. Slow down in the action and call to the bullpen brought to you by Iservay. We'll get you the results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers. Question of the day about what the Red Sox should prioritize at the deadline. Closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. First pitch to Narvaez, cutter for a strike. This guy's like Walker Buehler. He's got a full arsenal of pitches.
He focuses on mainly 4, changeup, cutter, sinker, four-seamer.
0-1 is a strike on the outside corner, and Narvaez hates it. I hate, as you know, to harp on the umpires. I just don't think Dan Iasoni's had a good couple innings. He hasn't.
He hasn't had a good game. He's missed a few.
0-2 to Narvi. Pitch is a line hopper to short. Kim's got it, plants his feet, throws to first in time, and there's one away. And you know, the truth is Carlos takes a long look at the umpire. He's been back there catching every pitch from a Red Sox arm. He knows better than anybody, and actually he has caught 2 or 3 strays in this game.
Yeah, I'm just going back and looking at the one he wasn't happy with, and it was down. It was a couple inches low, but it's been pretty consistently missing that pitch tonight.
So here now is Willier. Pitch to him is a strike. He was clearly sitting heat right there. And when it bent in, he laid off of it, and it's 0-1.
Can almost sit changeup on this guy.
Ooh. 0-1. Willier drives one high into right field. Back at the warning track. And it hangs up. It was a changeup. Willier just missed it, and there's 2 away.
He was all over it. He was on time for it, too. It just sank just below where Willier had to sink his body down to go get it and just missed it. That was loud. He squared it up, just hit it too high.
I'm very upset to report the Yankees are getting no hit through 7 innings by the Seattle Mariners. I mean, I think that the truth is Brian Wu is one of the best pitchers in the sport.
Oh, young, too.
2 down. Here's Trevor's Story. Pitch to Trevor is driven high down the right field line. Back to his left is low. He's there to make the play, and the Red Sox go very quietly in the 8th. However, they lead by 1, 4-3, and coming on to close it out, the all-star closer, Aroldis Chapman, onto the mound after this on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, what's up, Flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, here we go. Aroldis Chapman trying to lock down the Red Sox 7th consecutive win. Not going to be easy. Speed right out of the chute. Chandler Simpson to face Chapman. You have to believe he's looking to bunt right here against Chapman. I mean, a left-hander on the mound, try to get speed on the bases. Chapman is not allowed to run, an earned run in his last 16. Red Sox put Romy at first, Hamilton at second. Marcelo is 15 feet in on the grass at third. Chapman, the flamethrower, throws, and Simpson backed away. That was not close to him at all, but a fastball, 1-0.
Chappie said, bunt that one. If you can get it off your upper lip.
One ball, no strikes. Outfield very deep, sort of that no doubles look. The 1-0 is a high pop-up in a shallow left field. Cedon comes in. He will call Duran off, and Rafaela makes the play, and there's one down. Well, this game's so unlike so many in the 6-game winning streak coming in. The Red Sox have just blasted off and cruised in games. Tonight, not so. They trailed 3-1 going into the bottom of the 7th inning as Jake Mangum, who came on for Morel in left field, is going to bat now with 1 down in the 9th. Amazing how great Chapman has been. His 8th All-Star selection. Pitch. Mangum swings and misses, 99. Hola, and it's 0-1.
Normally, most of the games the Red Sox win, they have a homer in. But not tonight.
4-3 the score. 1 out, top 9. The pitch is low. Sinker at 98. And it is 1-1. Chapman well rested. I mean, they've not needed him in this run through the Nationals and Rockies. 1-1. Fouled on the first base side. In fact, Aroldis last pitched July the 6th in D.C. Remember, that was the time he came in the 8th inning to face Wood in the heart of the Nats order. 1-2. The Rays are hopeful they'll tie this game. They got Fairbanks up in their pen. Mangum, a right-handed hitter. 1-2. Chapman throws, and he bounced a splitter in there. And it's 2-2. What's been so fun about Chapman is that he'll start at 97, 98, and as the outing and the inning go along, it very quickly gets to 100 and above. See what he's got here. Cedon is way over toward the triangle in center field. 2-2, and now they don't agree on what comes next, and Narvaez is going to pay a visit to the mound.
Yeah, Chapman also, working on the mound right in front of the rubber, digging out that hole on the third base side of it, trying to get comfortable.
So maybe it's just, let's not have a violation. I'm going to go to the mound.
I think that's what it was. I think that's just really good feel by Narvaez, realizing Chapman was trying to fix that spot. Now they can talk through it, get back to work.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He's got such a great feel, Carlos does.
Really does.
And he's learned this staff, and in fact, he's gotten them to trust him, where he says, if the clock's going down, don't throw a pitch you don't want to throw. Just step off or let me come out. He's such a leader. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down, top 9. 4-3 Red Sox. Chapman is ready. He throws, and a line looper into center field. That's a base hit over Hamilton. Fastball at 98. What a job by Mangum. And the tying run is aboard here in the top of the 9th.
You don't see that very often, right? Guys getting hits off of Aroldis power stuff. I mean, that's just a fastball off the hands, and he just fists it into shallow center. Got to expect to see him active over there. Chappie doesn't necessarily hold guys on very well.
Well, and Mangum's got 12 steals in 15 tries. And here now, Danny Jansen to pinch hit. Yeah, the Red Sox acquired at the deadline last season. 210 with 9 homers for Tampa. Pitch is inside, a fastball at 97. And that's ball 1.
How about a ground ball to Trevor Story right here, Danny? What do you say, kid?
He does that plenty often. 1-0. Chapman, red glove, looking to first. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, perfectly placed. Well, Dan Iasonia hurt the Red Sox a couple times. He gives them one there, and it's 1-1. One-run Red Sox lead. Chapman throws. Jansen swings and misses. Sinking fastball. And it is 1-2. Red Sox think tomorrow they may well have Alex Bregman return. But for now, the focus on this game right here. 1-2. Chapman throws. And a swing and a miss. He had to go. The appeal. He went around. He couldn't hold up on a splitter, and they're 2 away.
You knew C.B. Buckner couldn't wait to ring him right there. As soon as he checks one, you look down, his fist was already balled up, ready to ring him. Getting the side. He did go. CB got it right.
I thought that was a swing. Now the last hope for the Rays is Taylor Walls. Fans starting to rise at Fenway. The pitch. Check swing foul on the first base side. Everybody should be up right here.
I'm up.
You got to commute to the TV booth. 4-3 Red Sox. Mangum leading at first. 0-1. The pitch is outside. A fastball, 99. And it is 1-1. Sox took a one-run lead in the third on an Anthony hit. Fell behind 3-1. And then Meyer and Rafaela got them right here. 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball, 98 miles an hour. And it's 1-2.
You know, based off of those swings right there, stick with the fastball. Don't even worry about trying to bounce a slider. You don't have to.
1-2. Chapman is ready. He throws. And a fastball. Swung on and missed. He got him. Ball game over. The Red Sox have won 7 straight. A stirring come from behind win tonight. They take game 1 from the Tampa Bay Rays. And it was the kids that delivered tonight. 4-3 the final. Nissan postgame show next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole Byer here with some hot takes from Wayfair. A cozy corduroy sectional from Wayfair? Yeah, that's a hot take. Go on and add it to your cart and take it. A pink glam nightstand from Wayfair? Scalding hot take. Take it before I do. A mid-century modern cabinet from Wayfair that doubles as a wine bar? Do I have to say it? It's a hot take. Get it at wayfair.com and enjoy that free shipping too.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
T-O-double-D, what's cracking?
I need your help, Snoop. I'm really sick, and I can't give up free chicken fingers on National Chicken Finger Day.
I got you. Yo, 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 happy National Chicken Finger Day, homies and homegirls. Get you a free chicken finger with your Raising Cane's box combo on $7.27, you heard? And make it a perfect combo with a copy of my latest album, Is It a Crime? Streaming now. Happy National Chicken Finger Day to all, and to all a good bite.
Get one free chicken finger in each box combo. Purchase July 27th, 2025.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring. And if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Red Sox do it again. A 7th straight win. 4-3 the final. They get 4 runs, 4 hits, only 4 hits. Amazing. But they got them when they counted 1 error and 5 left. The Rays, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 6 left. Quick one. Took 2 hours and 15 minutes in front of a crowd of 31,884. Chris Murphy was fabulous tonight. The whole bullpen was. Murphy, Whitlock, and then Chapman. Baker got banged up in his first outing with the Rays. He gets the loss. And Chapman, the All-Star, gets his 16th save. Will Fleming and Christian Arcand as we kick off the Nissan postgame show. In just a moment, we'll check in the Red Sox clubhouse with Marcelo Meyer. But, Christian, it's a broken record in the best possible way. Once again, the Red Sox, this was a night unlike so many in the last week where they were behind. Buehler was fine. He was not at his best, but the offense held in check by Taj Bradley. And in some ways, this is the most impressive win of them all because of where it was going to the 7th inning and how it happened. Couple walks, Marcelo Meyer is allowed to hit. He delivers a huge shot into the gap, and then Cedon does what he's done so many times, and the Red Sox have done it 7 times in a row.
Yeah, a lot to be excited about, a lot to be optimistic about here. You're right, it wasn't Buehler's best, but the way he's pitched lately, I'd say it was a very strong outing for him. And as you said in that closing call, Will, the kids got it done tonight, and they got it done against a real team, a team you're looking up at in the American League East and the wild card standings. You may not be looking up at them for too much longer here, and this is a real testament to the idea that this team is not just beating up on the dregs of the majors, but they're going out and they're giving it to whoever's in front of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And by the way, I think that narrative is a little bit tired because you play the teams that are on your schedule. Right. But I did think in this series, Buehler a little bit better against the Washington Nationals. You got Dobbins tomorrow. And then the good thing now is, the Red Sox have Crochet and Bayo in games 3 and 4 of this series. So tonight felt so pivotal, not only to keep the momentum going, to set the tone for this series, but you feel so good about the back end of this series that what Buehler was able to keep it in sort of the realm. And then I really think, Christian, we're going to talk so much about Marcelo and Cedon and Roman Anthony, who drove in the first run of the game. But I thought Murphy, Whitlock, and Chapman were one of the huge headlines of this game.
Yeah, they certainly were. And Walker Buehler combined with the bullpen had some strikeouts, and the Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund tonight. Red Sox pitchers had 6 strikeouts. That means another $300 to the Jimmy Fund to help strike out cancer. Arbella here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Now, with these pitchers going deep into games lately, these starters, that means that the bullpen could rest up a little bit. You do have the break coming up here, Will, but that doesn't really mean much in terms of these next 3 games. These guys have to be ready to go out. They have to be rested, and the starting pitching being so strong against Colorado really set that up for them.
Yeah, it did. And the truth of the matter is that they gave Chapman a lot of breaks here in this stretch against the Nationals and the Rockies. And I think that right now, Alex Cora is thinking 2 things. I want to use Chapman 3 times in this series, and then I'm going to get on the phone and tell Aaron Boone, I'm sorry you can't use him. And then I'm going to throw Crochet on Saturday, and I'm going to pick up the phone and call Aaron Boone and say, we love it. I'm glad they appeared, but they're not pitching. And what's interesting is that Bregman has already said he's not playing in the game. That's why Caminero's in there. You could have 3 Red Sox named to the All-Star game and none of them play. And in the end, who cares? I mean, what matters is that they've gotten hot here toward the break. They're doing all the right things. The games that matter are right here at Fenway Park. And I really believe that there's a chance we see none of them play in the All-Star game, even though all 3 are so worthy of being there.
Certainly fine with me, and Junior Caminero, he can enjoy it. He enjoyed it tonight. He had a home run in this game. The Red Sox did not. And Will, trivia question for you. This is the first time they've won a game without hitting a home run since?
I can't answer that trivia question just yet because we got Marcelo Meyer down in the Red Sox clubhouse. We will get to that in a moment. Marcelo, thanks so much for taking the time. 7 straight wins. This team is rolling. You have one of the huge hits of the game. Marcelo, what's it like to be a part of this group right now?
Yeah, vibes are high. I can definitely say that. We're playing really good baseball. We're putting together really good at-bats, and and we're throwing the ball really well. So I think when you do that, it leads to wins.
One thing I can't take my eyes off is the communication that's always going on in the dugout. And it seems like even if a starter has good stuff, like Bradley definitely did tonight, second time through, third time through, you guys have so much shared information. The approach gets so much better. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's all about, right? When you're in the box, you have the best view and you see what the pitcher has. So credit to the guys up top, leading the game off, Jaron, Roman, all those guys doing a well job giving the information. And then just putting it together and then trying to get good at-bats going.
What a big swing from you in that turnaround inning. 2 on, nobody out, and you fall behind in the count. Take us through that at-bat. How are you able to stay calm and shoot one the other way?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just trying to not do too much. I saw a big gap in the left side and just try to let something get deep so I could see every pitch, and I was able to put a good swing on the ball.
Marcelo, the roster is so deep. There's so many moving parts. You haven't seen as much of the field of late. What's your process as a young player to try to stay locked in when you're not playing every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different, right? It's the first time I ever do it in my career. So obviously playing every single day in the minors, but the biggest thing is just being mentally focused, because you never know when it's going to be your time to come clutch for the team, and just staying ready at all times.
The kids did it tonight. I mean, you and Roman and Sedan just keep on doing it, driving in the big runs. You've answered too many questions in your life about your good buddy, your roommate, Roman Anthony. But how about Sedan? I mean, the things he's doing right now, Marcelo, are just off the charts. Both sides, he's the best defensive center fielder in the game, and he's just got this knack for power and big hits. What can you say about Sedan?
Yeah, I mean, that's who Sedan Rafael is. I mean, I was lucky enough to see him playing Double-A, and that's the performance that he had every single day. So I'm super happy for him that he's kind of put it together here. And obviously, you see the work that he puts, and he's been working extremely hard. So I'm not surprised. And he's a great player for us, and he's helped us win a lot of games.
Last thing, an offense like this sometimes doesn't want the All-Star break to come. Yeah. I know the pitchers might want it, but is there any sense of that? Like, let's just stack the games up, keep it going.
I mean, not really.
Ready for a break.
Yeah, I think we're all ready for a little break, but I think that if we just keep this mentality up and keep playing this brand of baseball, we should be in a good spot.
We loved watching you play all night, and since you come up, Marcelo, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, that's Marcelo Meyer, who got really, in my mind, the big hit. I mean, I know Sedan gets the knock that's going to put everybody ahead, and that is the one that will stand up as the game winner. But Christian, to have a young guy, all these guys are human, whether it's Duran or Hamilton or Marcelo, their names are talked about in a way that who knows what the future holds in this week or this season or whatever. And the one thing about Meyer, look, Roman is a total alien. He's out on the field right now. He's got just a gaggle around him. He's having the time of his life because he drove in yet another run. He's so composed on the mound. He's his own thing. But he and Meyer are so composed and so different. California cool versus just Florida. I'm going to go about my business. I'm locked into baseball at all times. And the cool part for the Red Sox fan is that they both have this uncanny ability to just slow the game down. They do it again in different ways. Marcelo so often flashes that defensively, but tonight he did it with the bat. I just think it's impossible to not dream on what both these guys can be.
Yeah, it certainly is, and you really get your mind wandering watching a game like this one here tonight. Both of them contributing at the plate. Rafaela as well, who you mentioned there, and Meyer. You're right, that was a huge hit, the one double of the game, and for every double the Red Sox hit, we donate $50 to the American Diabetes Association, brought to you in part by the Massachusetts Health Connector. If you need health insurance, go to mahealthconnector.org and find the right plan for you and your family. With the double, that tally is now up to $6,950. And do we have an answer on my trivia question, Will?
Remind me what it was. We've been going a long time here. Hold on.
True.
What?
Last Red Sox win with no home run.
Wow. I have no idea, but I will say, who knows, like early May? Tell me.
No, it was July 1st against Cincinnati. It was not that long ago. But it does seem like it, yeah. Anyways.
They have been launching it. Isn't it cool for them to find ways to win without big flies?
Yes, it absolutely is. And it was really nice to see him manufacturing runs, which, as you know, during the dark days of this season, Will, was not something that always came easily to them. No home runs tonight, but for every 4-bagger the Red Sox hit this season, Red Sox Radio Network donates $40 to Cars for Kids. We're making our donation. You should, too. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids or go to carsforkids.com and donate your car today. That's Cars with a K. One other thing about this game that I was certainly looking forward to and interested in was the fact that the Red Sox hadn't seen this pitcher yet. They'd gone through 2 series with Tampa Bay and had not seen Bradley yet. Bradley's kind of the weak link of this rotation, but he pitched well tonight, and I thought a couple innings into it, okay, you're waiting for that big inning, but this isn't the Colorado Rockies bullpen. Nope. I mean, Tampa's bullpen and their whole pitching staff in general is very, very good, and I think Red Sox fans, as great as this has been, if you're expecting them to put up 10 every night, it's not going to be like that for every game, especially not against good staffs like Tampa's.
No, it's not, and I thought Bradley was really, really good, and as I talked to Marcelo about, one thing that stands out is even if you're not scoring 5 runs in an inning and 4 runs the second and third times through, they do make adjustments and the at-bats get better and better. I think it's a credit to Taj Bradley for how good he was, given how good this Red Sox offense has been. He just looked like he wasn't bothered, and the stuff was just excellent. I was super impressed with him. But yes, I really believe that this offense is in the best spot it's been all year. The numbers obviously will back that up. And to win a game where you only get 4 hits, pretty cool. I mean, it's been 10 hits, 7 in a row, and to do what they've done, it's a credit to everybody down there, and you just hope they keep it rolling tomorrow.
Yep, you certainly do. And what another amazing performance there by Aroldis Chapman, the guy who I think has made it pretty clear that you don't need to be looking for too many bullpen arms here at this trade deadline. I think that at the back end of this bullpen, Will, you're pretty well set if you stick with Chapman and he stays healthy. There's no. I mean, you always want depth, right? But there's no need to go out and prioritize that.
Well, the one thing I would say about that is you can never have too many. Maybe Hal comes back and goes in the bullpen. Whitlock is looking great. I just don't think you can ever have too many. And if you have a real contending team, a lot of times the lesser clubs, the ones who are selling, will give you bullpen arms. I don't think Craig Breslow is going to give up a huge haul to get a bullpen arm. He would do that to get his starting pitcher. I would say that the more prescient thing, the more relevant thing right now is that there's all this talk that Craig Breslow might try to thread some needle, and you could get, look, we all know you could get so much for Aroldis Chapman. You could. If you moved him, you could get major league ready players and huge prospects, because the contending teams watch this dude and say he's about the best closer in the game. I think the way the Red Sox are playing right now makes it almost impossible for them to move him. People keep talking about the buy, sell, thread the needle thing. I don't see that happening anymore. I don't. And look, there's 3 more games in this series, and then a bunch against good teams out of the All-Star break that will determine what the Red Sox ultimately decide to do. But I don't know. That's the one. Like, we saw the Seattle Mariners do it two years in a row, where they were right in the race, and they traded their closer, and they said, well, we got big pieces back. We think we're better, and we can survive it. No. That sends the worst possible message to a club. They love Chapman. And that's the other part of this. Like, Chapman is a quiet leader in this room. He's so close with all the Latin guys, to all the pitchers. He is such a role model. He's a workout fiend. The results on the field obviously speak to that. So I would just say that more and more, the more they win, the greater he is. I think he's sticking around, and I would not be hesitant to make a move for a bullpen arm, but I do still think that starter is the priority.
That is the voice of Will Fleming, the voice of the Boston Red Sox. He'll have the call tomorrow night as well. Drew Rasmussen, another guy who's having a great season in that Tampa Bay Rays rotation, going up against Hunter Dobbins. Pregame at 6:10. Will, we look forward to the call tomorrow night.
I do too, and I hope that the game is the only time my name is said on the radio in a couple of cities tomorrow. I really do. And by the way, just a little bit of a little lead, a little heads up. Things have been discussed. Things are calming down, and I think that thing should be put to bed. So hopefully that's the last we hear of the squabble between wills. I think we're good, and all should be well, and the Red Sox certainly are playing great.
All right, but just so you know, just say the word. You got a whole army behind you.
You and Teddy and Adam and Keith and Fitzy and everybody. I appreciate the kind words from everybody. I really do.
All right, very good. Will Fleming, we look forward to the call of the game tomorrow night. That's Will Fleming live from Fenway Park. I'm Christian Arcan, live in studio, and you're listening to the Nissan Post-Game Show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that will put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. We'll come back with the totals and wrap things up next here on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
The South Coast Health Heart and Vascular Program is nationally recognized year after year for providing world-class care. Our heart and vascular team goes above and beyond to deliver the best clinical care and most compassionate service. You receive the time, attention, and communication you need to feel most comfortable, because at South Coast Health, you are what matters most. We are South Coast Health Heart and Vascular. Visit southcoast.org/heart to learn more.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
You know they call these the dog days of summer. Well, I'm Rob Bradford of Baseball Isn't Boring, and if you're a baseball fan, there's nothing boring about the summer. Not with the home run derby, not with the All-Star game, where the biggest stars shine the brightest, reminding us all why we love this game. But that's just the appetizer, because right after, the second half of the season kicks into high gear, the pennant races heat up, rivalries intensify, and the unexpected becomes the norm. Don't miss a single moment of the excitement. Listen to Baseball Isn't Boring in the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ice, energy from Starbucks.
When you want that good afternoon energy, pick up new hydrating Starbucks Iced Energy with plant-based caffeine for a feel-good boost. Available in 3 refreshing fruity flavors: tropical peach, blueberry lemonade, and watermelon twist, to give you the delicious taste you've been looking for. Energize your afternoon with new Starbucks Iced Energy. Find it in stores or online today.
A summer evening is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and tune in for some high-stakes soccer. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of bold refreshment.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Red Sox review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and lined into center field. Base hit. Romy scores. Meyer gets the wave home. Throw up the line. Not in time. Say Don. Say yes. 2-run hit, and it is 4-3 Red Sox.
Welcome back to the Nissan postgame show. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that will put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. What you just heard was a 2-run single in the 7th inning off the bat of Ceddanne Rafaela to give the Red Sox a 4-3 lead, and that's your McFarland Energy play of the game. Upgrade your air conditioning system before the summer rush at McFarlandEnergy.com. That would put the Red Sox up 4-3. The Sox bullpen coming through big time after 6 strong innings from Walker Buehler. Chris Murphy, Garrett Whitlock, and Aroldis Chapman combined for 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 4 combined between the 3 of them as the Red Sox lock down the win there. Season high 7th in a row. They're now 4 games over 500 at 49-45. They are 28-20 while playing at Fenway Park. And that's not all. They pick up another game on the Tampa Bay Rays, who they trail in both the American League East and the wild card standings. They're now just a half game back from Tampa in both of those areas in the standings. However, they may not be picking up anything on Seattle as the Mariners leading the Yankees by a score of 5-3. And let's just go ahead right now and get into it with the Subaru of New England scoreboard. Make this summer a Subaru summer in a brand new Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Like I said, it is 5-3 Mariners as a tough pitching matchup for the Yankees in this one. Marcus Stroman going up against Wu over there in Seattle, and it certainly bared out that way as well, although the Yankees do have a runner on base with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th trying to tie this one up. They currently trail the Mariners again at 5-3. After 7 innings in St. Louis, the Cardinals are all over the Nationals, 8-0 your score there. The A's enjoying a 3-0 lead over the Braves. That's in the top of the 4th inning out in Sacramento. Bottom of the 1st in Anaheim, Rangers already out to a 2-0 lead over the Angels, and bottom of the 1st inning in San Diego, scoreless between the Padres and the D-backs. Some finals to tell you about. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Orioles and the Mets went to Baltimore. 3-1 your final. Gunnar Henderson with a home run in that one. The Cubs all over the Twins in Minnesota, 8-1 as they cruise past them. In the second game of the doubleheader, also taken by Lord Baltimore's Orioles, 7-3 your final in that one as the O's sweep the doubleheader. The Rays with a 6-0 win over the Marlins, and the Guardians and White Sox got postponed. They will play a doubleheader in Chicago tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. It's tomorrow at 6:10. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Your pitching matchup expected to be Hunter Dobbins going up against Drew Rasmussen, who's having a tremendous year for the Tampa Bay Rays. Want to say thanks to the guys who got this game on the air. Our engineer at Fenway is Doug Lane. The executive producer of Red Sox baseball is Joe Braverman. For Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks, I'm Christian Arcand. Stick around on our flagship station, WEEI in Boston. The victory party continues with Red Sox Review. You can get in line at 617-779-7937. Once again, the Red Sox 4, the Rays 3. I'm Christian Arcand. Have a great night, everybody.
You have been listening to the Nissan Postgame Show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. You have been listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella. Here for good.
And it's gone!
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Long gone into the monster seats.
Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Look at him, he got him!
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. CCLCO.com.
Way back!